violence is a male problem, that's not to say that it's men's fault. We've got to find out, we've got to move beyond blame, because blaming does not help. Do you think blaming helps people stop being violent?
But the problem is
Do you think that's ever stopped someone being violent, telling them that you're bad for being violent? No, you've got to ask why.
But the problem is this, that we have a society that says part of your manhood is being physically, like 24/7.
Oh, right, you're a Muslim, it's
Can I
different
finish?
for British people.
Can I finish? Well, I was born here.
I mean for like white English people.
I was born here, mate. I was born here.
So you're British?
Do I sound like I'm like anywhere else?
You see what I mean though? Like,
Huh?
like, you see what I mean that
No.
for like English people, like white English people, been here for generations, there's not that same like. And by the way, this is different to
What are
Irish
you
people as
talking
well.
about? I'm talking about my life growing up in London.
Yeah, man, it's different for different groups.
Hold on.
London's very dangerous compared to other parts of England.
Hold on, what I'm trying to say to you is that the reason why men generally in the Western world, we have this thing about violence is because we're given a certain definition of what a man is. There's about 4 different definitions. One of them is that a guy is physically big. Another one is that he doesn't have any feelings.
See, are you heading off? Bye. See.
Another one is that he doesn't have any feelings. So therefore, when you was growing up, one of the projected stereotypes that was given to you was James Bond.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, true.
James Bond.
violent, yeah.
Why was James Bond the man? James Bond was the man.
He's like a mass murderer.
Hold on. The reason why James Bond was the man is that he beat everyone up. He had the latest suits. Yeah. He had bare women and he treated them like crap. Yeah. And he had the latest cars. I remember until this day, I grew up in Battersea as a kid watching James Bond, and he would have many different girls in a film. And then what happened? One time, one girl was talking to him, and they're talking about women's rights and feminism and all this crap. And this girl was just chatting, and you know James Bond, he just uses women, ain't it? And then throws them away. So what happened? The woman was talking, and he's one of them double flip-up beds. So she's talking. He presses the button, and it flips up, and her legs are just dangling out. Now, it might be James Bond. We might think James Bond is not a teacher. He's not a policeman. He's not. I don't know.
He's like a fantasy figure, you know.
Or whatever.
And you've got to remember, James Bond has changed now, so that he doesn't treat the women as much.
I don't think so. I'm sure.
Watch the recent movies, and it's a bit more complicated.
Hold on. I'm sure there's still a hot chick that's half naked in the movie, and he does something, and he basically uses her. Yes, he does. I can guarantee you that James Bond, even though I ain't seen the latest movies and stuff like this, there's some half-naked hot chick, and she's not extremely intelligent, and she got a huge IQ, and the most shots about her are cleavage and her legs. Yes or no? Of course it is.
That's what movies try and do, though. For that, remember, James Bond is first and foremost an action movie. It's not about relationships. It's not about what's going on inside James Bond's mind. It's not about that. It's about action.
Excuse me. Who has more influence? I don't want to shout at you. Leon, if I talk to him normally, will it pick up? Because he's up. Okay. No, that's not right. Because in our culture, movie stars and musicians have more influence on children than their parents and their kids. For example, I can guarantee that most kids, yeah.
Do you want to get up on the ladder? Get up. Go on.
No, I don't.
No, you're talking not to me. You're talking to everybody. So get up.
Why don't we just move the thing and have a conversation against the
No,
fence?
I'd rather do it like Speaker's Corner, not like
listen.
a conversation at the pub. But go on.
Look, the point I'm trying to. Let me go on the ladder with you. I'm not going to break it.
No, just get on. It's
Okay.
fine.
No, go get up. No.
There's no space. Get on. Just stand on it.
I'll stand on the ladder. You
Let's
two
encourage
can
him.
talk.
All right, go and talk.
It's amazing. I've been coming out for over 10
Stand on the
years.
ladder. Come on. We
This
can't
man
see
is
you.
in his mid-40s or close to his 50s, and all he does is heckle. He's never got up on a ladder and contributed anything. But
Doing a good job from down here, man.
so the dialogue that I was trying to, what is your name again?
Kyle.
Jason.
Jason, nice to meet you, Jason.
Jason,
Okay.
I thought he's Abdullah.
Say,
See how racist this man is?
What? How can you be a Muslim and have a what?
Okay.
Christian name?
Where does it say in the Quran that you have to
Christian name?
change?
It's
a Greek-
Okay.
ancient Greek
Where
name,
does it
yeah.
say in the Quran all the
think it's in the
hadiths
Bible, there is a Jason
that you have
in
to
the
change your
When you
name?
converted, what was your
Hold
what
on.
was your name before?
Just ignore it.
Hold on. I want to just show how ignorant this man is. You said you can't believe I'm a Muslim, yeah? And my name is Jason or whatever or so forth. Where in the Quran or in the sayings of Prophet Muhammad, does it say if you're a Muslim, you have to change your name?
Is Jason one of Allah's 99 names?
We don't take the names off Allah. So I'm asking you, you made a statement.
I've never seen a Muslim called Jason.
Brother, I can handle it. I can handle it.
Why don't you just ignore him?
So what I'm just trying to say, there's many English white Muslims and they haven't changed their name. And many of them come to this park.
Do you think they should?
There's Jordan, there's Paul, there's many. So please think, older people are no more wiser. Like you've been coming to this park for over 20 years.
He's here to have a laugh, man. Just ignore him. He's just here
Please,
to joke.
just think before you speak. You should have learned that through life by now. Anyway, I was saying to Phil.
Carl,
I'm terrible. Oh. Carl, I was saying to Carl.
about violence.
We're talking about James Bond and role models, and I said, unfortunately, in this day and age, movie stars and musicians and celebrities have more influence on our kids than teachers, neighbours, even policemen. Because before, back in the day, as they say, the African proverb, it takes a whole village to raise a child. We all used to be kind of united. So there was more communication between the teachers and the parents and so forth and that. So I said, no, James Bond was taught to us and given to us as a role model. He's a movie star. He was glamorized. He was given as something to follow, not as something not to follow. And that's why people were like, religion and this, that and the other. Whether you like it or not, we are all following someone. But you can either follow people subconsciously or consciously.
Can I ask you a question? What do you think about all those role models, with like Arnold Schwarzenegger killing all the bad Arab?
I'm gonna get to it. So as a Muslim, after growing up in the West, I live in the YOLO religion, because all a religion is a belief in a way of life. If you're atheist and you believe the purpose of life, is to work hard during the week and get out of it, smashed out of it on the weekend, get away from reality, because that's what out of it means. Like, when you look at your life and you're a person, and you realise that according to society you haven't made it, and you're a bum according to the society because you haven't got a mortgage, and you can't you can't afford this house, because the religion of this life says that if you don't own your own house with the driveway for the 2 cars and the big garden and so forth and this, that and the other, which most people can't afford in this day and age, you are a bum. And you have failed the purpose of life. As me as a Muslim, I don't believe that's the purpose of life. I believe the purpose of life is worshiping God alone. And anyone could do that. It doesn't cost them anything. But what I'm trying to say to you, in this society, making it, yes, it's a different thing for a woman and a different thing for a man. But the main thing is owning a house, this big house that no one could afford even if they got degrees nowadays. But secondly, we're given role models like James Bond. And James Bond was the man. Why was James Bond the man? He was physically big. He was knocking out men left, right and centre. He had the latest suits, he had the nicest cars, he had different girls that he just used and chucked away like paper, plastic cups. And we were given this as a role model. And you got to remember, when you send this picture out, or this image out, you'll send it to people with 2-parent families or not 2-parent families. And even if they're 2-parent families, no one sits together as a family and eat a meal together no more. Mummy and daddy and sons and daughter. Daddy comes in, he goes into his room. Mummy comes in, she goes to her room. Children go into their bedrooms and they're on the phone. So the whole thing is, and you've got to realise as well, this has been sent out to kids on council estates. So you're teaching people in the council estates the big movies, the big adverts. You put it on the buses everywhere. That your ideal of a man, is not just to be physically big, but to have no feelings. Dads are told that if you tell your son, I love you. In fact, we're not even told to be dads anymore. We're just told to be like these rappers and stuff like that. Just go to a club. Why not with this girl? Go to a hotel with this girl. If she gets pregnant, she comes out the phone, goes over Vauxhall bridge, bloop, 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 bloop. YOLO. I'm going clubbing next week again. Next girl. Raving. Let's go back to a hotel. Single mothers, broken families. So what I'm trying to say to you, we actually live in a time of nothing. The purpose of life is just to drive that Land Rover, whether you're a drug dealer or you work on the stock market. The purpose of life is just to have sex with different strangers. It's funny, a person will have a bank card. A stranger comes up to him, them. A woman will go to a nightclub. A stranger, an unknown man will come up to her. He looks dapper. Will come up to her, ask her for a credit card. Can I have your credit card, please? How dare you? I don't know you. I haven't seen you before. I don't know your parents. I don't know your surname. I don't know anything about you. How am I going to give you my credit card? But if he approaches up to her, how are you looking? Half naked. You look sexy. You look this, that, and the other. How about we go to a hotel? Yeah, you can have my body, but not my credit card. Priorities. So what I'm trying to say to you, we live in a society now where young men are just told to be hench, sleep around, get material things, you'll get the girls. Young girls are just told you are nothing, you have no purpose in society apart to go on Instagram and go like terrible. Some people's Instagram accounts don't even have their face in it, just their cleavage. I see some certain school kids on the bus, yeah, and their parents have given them a phone, a smartphone, not just a smartphone, with internet access and data. Before there was, I'm gonna wind up. Before there was there was birth, childhood, and adulthood. With the event of the smartphone, it's removed childhood. I'm winding up. Just 2 minutes, and I promise I'll answer your thing. So what happens? So what happens is that a child is born, it's given a smartphone, and all innocence is robbed out of it. No more playing on the swings of football and girls learning how to be girls. From 9, 8, 7 she's taught. The more hard naked you are on Instagram, the more attention you get. And some people think some attention is better than no attention, even if it's a pervert's attention. So what I'm just trying to say to you guys, if you sincerely believe that there's more to life, yeah, than being a clone of Brad Pitt or whoever the famous actor is now, I'm not in the loop, yeah, Brad Pitt or whoever the guy is now, yeah, Clooney or whatever their names are now, yeah, or the rappers, whether it be, I don't know, Skepta, Storm, whatever. If you think there's more to life, that the sun, the moon, the stars, the skies, photosynthesis, evaporation, if something goes in your eyelid, in your eye now, your eyelids will wipe it. That's not an accident. The seasons are not accident. If we were too close to the sun, we'll burn. If we're too far away, we'll freeze. This is not a fluke. If you do believe there's more to life, and my purpose of life is not to wear designer clothes and dance like a monkey on a club on the weekend and get out of it because I can't face reality. And that society tells you you're bum because you ain't got this 350,000 or 600,000 house. I say the true purpose of life doesn't cost anything. And I say to you, take the time out, read the Quran. You will either think another man wrote this, or you'll believe it's from the creator of the universe.
We are told to.
And I've concluded.
Jason, so my question, what you said, and it's what many of the preachers and the politicians that come here and spread their theories do. They attack the society that they live in. We live in an amazing society, and what you do, you break it down to sell your worldview. But if you look, you take one of your points, because you made many points, but one of them was the £600,000 house that everyone aspires to. What you fail to recognise is the positivity in aspiring to that. What drives this society forward and gives you the materially comfortable life you have today, and you can grimace, but we all have in the West a materially comfortable life with healthcare, education.
What about all the people on food banks?
So the majority of people in the West have an incredible standard of life.
I don't want to interrupt him, I want him to finish so that I can rebut his point.
By all means.
And what drives that forward is capitalism, is the desire to create material wealth and improve the world. You then, pardon?
Most of us know this.
No, but I'm responding to his point. He's saying aspiring to have a £600,000 house is a terrible thing.
Yeah, okay.
And so I'm responding to that direct point that actually It's that type of aspiration. The desire to do well in life is what pushes people into universities and comes up with incredible technological and scientific breakthroughs. And so it's very easy to criticize the aspects of a society you don't like. But we live in a free society. So if someone wants to cover up and wear niqab and hijab, or tikhel in Jewish world, mazel tov, they can. If somebody also wants to take down, if someone wants to take off clothing within the laws of this nation, that's also a fine thing. Freedom is an incredible thing. So you have to separate two moral arguments. One is freedom, and the other is capitalism, because you attack both of them. And capitalism is a good thing, because you've got an incredible life. Look, I can see your fancy phone in your pocket. I can see you've got a fancy phone in your pocket. The produce of capitalists wanting to aspire to that nice house. So capitalism is a good thing, and freedom is a good thing. It enables you to be a Muslim and me to be a Jew in this incredible society. Like, you can big up Islam without attacking the West.
He's not against capitalism.
No, he was saying aspiring for a £600,000 house is a bad thing.
It's not
So let him speak, Jason.
Okay, I live in a society, and as a human being, Muslim or not, yes, I'm allowed to critique that side.
Absolutely.
Okay, so what's the problem?
The problem is, like, I believe that what people that come to this park do is they attack the aspects of this society which gives them the very freedom to do what they do.
Do you believe in freedom?
Yeah, I don't know what you mean by do I believe in
Do you
freedom.
believe in freedom?
Is freedom a good thing? Yes.
Okay, so I'm allowed to come to this park and say what I agree with society and I don't agree with society.
Absolutely.
Okay, let me give you example. For example, so I'm growing up in a council estate, yes? People in that council estate, they have TVs, yes?
Yep.
And there's movies that come through that TV,
Yep.
yes? And it tells them there's advert they see in a society on, there's adverts on the buses that go through that society, yes? And when they go into shops, there's things like alcohol pops that are legal. And there's cigarettes, yes? And there's lots of things in there that when a child sees, the mind can't intellectually battle. So I have a reason, yes, for why I'm critiquing these things. This society is telling you that basically, that the purpose of life, yes, is basically you have failed the purpose of life. If you don't have this house with the driveway and a big garden, this, that and the other. The vast majority of people, do not have degrees, do they?
I don't know what the percentages are.
Do you think the majority of people in this country go to university, yes or no?
50-50. No, it's above 50-50.
Hold on.
The majority of people go to university, yes. But in some countries it's not.
Hold on. Are you telling me that the majority of people in this country are not rich, are they?
It's true, it's about 70%.
The average salary in this country is £28,000. By global standards, that's very rich.
Okay, excuse me. Are there more rich houses
Well, they're happy.
in this country? Are there more council estates? Are there more people living in their own houses or more people living in council estates?
There are more people live
In their own house.
in their own house, I would assume.
Huh?
Their own house.
I don't. Look,
Maybe, Jason, maybe you should look into these points before making the statements.
No, listen, the point I'm trying to say to you, most people in this country are not rich.
They are, by global
What are you
standards.
talking about?
£28,000 average salary is incredibly affluent by global standards.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say to you, I don't believe, yes, that most people in London, yes, have degrees. Most people a lot of people, and the majority of people are working retail jobs, working in Sainsbury's, working in Tesco's, working in B&Q and this and that. The majority of people are not, working on Canary Wharf for these kind of places. Yes? So what I'm trying to say to you is that at the end of the day, there's a lot of people in this society, rich or poor anyway. The point is this society is telling you, yes, that you haven't made it, yes, unless you have this house with the wide driveway and the big garden, this, that and the other. A lot of people can't even get a mortgage. You understand what I'm saying? So by society's capitalism's standards, most of us are bums. Yes? Okay, because we haven't made it. Hold on. But the thing I'm trying to say, but the thing I'm trying to say to you is this. He says capitalism is very good. It's good for you.
Why is it good for me? You know nothing about me.
I tell you why. Because unfortunately, yes, I can't change the world, but I know that most of the clothes that I'm wearing and you're wearing was made in sweatshops. Yes or no?
I don't know where my clothes were making.
Probably more likely than not. No, not anymore.
Excuse me. Are you not naive enough to think that we are living this life? Okay, most clothes are they made here?
No.
Where are they made?
other places.
Made
They
in.
are. Most are made in sweatshops.
Excuse me. Do you know anyone that works in a sweatshop?
This guy thinks.
Even like Bangladesh and like Vietnam.
Okay.
Where do you shop? Where do you think
Brothers.
Where do you shop?
Brothers.
That is made in this country.
Made all over the world.
Okay. Let me answer the question.
What is that?
Most clothes are made in Bangladesh.
Guys. Let me. Guys, please let me deal with it. Excuse me. Where do you think, like, do you know anyone that works in a sweatshop? Do you know what?
Because kids, yeah. Yes, I know what a sweatshop
Brother, hold on.
Jason,
Hold on.
bring it in. We're talking about the UK.
Okay.
Yeah, so bring it
Okay,
to the
our
UK.
clothes that we. Okay.
Do your research.
Brother, please, it's hard. There's too many conversations.
Do you want to stand on the ladder and then we know you're the speaker?
It's okay. Most of our clothes, yes, are not made in people with factories from here. Are they?
We live in a global society.
The clothes that we wear in England, most of it is not made here, is it?
Correct.
Even
argue
Tommy,
with that.
even Burberry is their factories. They closed their factories here. They moved it elsewhere.
And?
You know why? Because you in other countries you can get people to make clothes for next to nothing. But you lot are so naive that you actually think that there's people living in some, like the clothes that we're wearing comes from a place of people living in central heating and double glazing.
Jason, no one said that. You're making
No, you
straw
said
men.
it. You said it.
No, I didn't.
Excuse me, Jason. I
Deal
said
with what the content of what I'm saying. I'm saying capitalism drives societies forward. Objectively, the world today has a higher standard of living than it did 50 years ago as a consequence of capitalism.
Hold on. Hold on.
Jason,
I'm saying
Jason.
that
You would do well to not, because he makes a good point about capitalism and its generation of resource and stuff like this. But you were trying to make a point about like advertising and the condition of people's minds. And I agree. Look, you do have a legitimate attack against capitalism, but you can't just frame it against.
No, but
its
this is what I'm trying to
resource.
say. Look, capitalism is saying is that basically the ends, what the capitalism is about selling things. Yes. There's no morals in capitalism.
Exactly.
Okay, so say I want to sell a product, yeah, and I don't think people are interested in the product. Yes, I can just put a naked woman in front of it, yeah, to sell it.
Jason, this
Hold on,
is
hold
wrong.
on,
This
hold
is
on.
wrong, Jason.
Hold
You
on.
want to talk morals?
Hold on. I'm gonna ask you. I'm asking your question.
Advertising is about.
Is capitalism? Does it care about morals?
So yes. And I'll explain why. I'll explain why.
Dig his grave.
I'll explain why. Where Islam cares about morals, yes?
Yes.
Within the institution of Islam, slavery is legal. Within the capitalist world today,
There's more
slavery,
slaves- there are more slaves today than there have ever been.
Hold on.
Slavery.
Hold on.
There are more slaves living today than there have ever been.
Hold on. You said something about Islam. You talked about slavery. What did Prophet
There were so many slaves under
Prophet Muhammad bought and sold slaves.
Excuse me.
He bought and sold slaves.
Cool.
So
Hold on.
if
There
you
are
want
more
to take
slaves
this
living
for
on this
moral,
planet
Hold
today
on.
than there
Hold
have
on.
ever been.
That's probably to do with the size of the
Let me ask you a
population
question.
today.
So what?
Let me rebut his rubbish. Let me ask you a question. What did Prophet Muhammad say when if you have a slave, yes, how you should treat him? Since you know you've got a PhD in Islam, answer say the hadith.
Okay, so Muhammad, I can't say verbatim what he said, but he says it's preferable
You
to
don't
say
have a
your
clue what he said. Wallahi, you don't have a clue.
Okay.
Say the hadith. No, say the hadith. No, say the hadith.
Did he say?
Oh, now without Google, we're stuck. Oh, look at this Einstein.
Jason, did he keep
Hold on,
slaves?
hold on.
Jason, did he keep slaves?
Okay,
Yes, no.
so you have a word.
Yes, no.
Okay.
Yes, no.
Wait, brother, please don't worry. I got him because he doesn't know.
Did he
Hold
say
on.
slavery is wrong
Hold
now
on,
forever?
hold on. No, hold on a second. Because there's certain situations.
There is
For example,
there is a certain situation.
there is
Slavery is
The
always
only people who defend slavery are religious
Okay,
Jews,
let me ask you a
Christians, and
question.
Muslims.
Let me ask you a question.
In this park, I'm
You're a
racist.
Jew. What are you talking about? You're a Jew. What are you talking about? You're a Jew. What are you talking about?
He's being honest.
I'm being honest. I'm saying
So your religion is rubbish, yeah?
Hussein, listen.
Yeah,
listen,
say it,
Hussein,
you
listen,
hypocrite.
listen.
See that?
Hussein, listen. I
Liar.
will stand here today to COE cameras, to everyone in the park, and say the institution of slavery is immoral. The only people I've ever argued with who've tried to say historically in some point in time slavery was okay is religious Christians, Muslims, and Jews. There is not one person here that would raise their hand, I assume, and say that slavery is a good thing. Yet within the biblical and the Quranic narrative, slavery was an institution. People bought and kept slaves. People went to war and captured slaves. Muhammad captured slaves at times of war.
Brother, let me ignore him. Okay. So, because your religion is not like my religion, I'm asking you a question. Is slavery in Judaism?
Slavery in Judaism, I'm against it. I'm against
is it a
it.
wrong religion? Did God send that down, yes or no?
So, Hussein.
Yeah.
And
Do you want to phone a friend? Do you want to phone a friend?
Hussein,
Answer the question.
Hussein, instead of getting into religious, just say whether slavery is immoral or moral. That's all we need to do.
I'm not
we
ashamed.
don't have to.
I'm going to talk about slavery.
Say it's moral then.
No.
Say it's moral.
Listen, look, he's heading for the fire exit. See this guy? Did you think you was getting in front of a camera before you got in front of it and started speaking? You're a Jew, yes?
Hussein,
Hold
deal
on,
with what
don't
I'm
cry.
saying.
Please don't cry. I ain't
Just
got no
say
Kleenex. Listen,
What are you doing?
this is what I'm trying to say to you. You're a Jew, yes? Was God wrong when he revealed slavery in your book?
So again, I will say, I believe that slavery is immoral.
So your book is immoral, yes?
So no, I'm saying I believe that slavery is immoral.
So your book is immoral because it has slavery in it.
So I believe the institution of slavery is immoral.
I'm going to ask you a question.
So I'm
not speaking French, am I?
Hussein.
No. Is your book immoral because it revealed slavery, yes or no?
Hussein. So
I know what my name is. Don't stop saying it.
well, you said it was Jason before.
Yeah, you can use
so-
Jason
yeah,
or Hussein.
okay.
You can use Jason or Hussein. They're both my names. But saying my name over and over again is not going to remove you from this trap you put yourself into.
Okay, so I've just answered. I've said I think slavery is immoral. Now your turn.
Okay, it's in your book. Is your book immoral?
So so there are many things in the biblical narrative that I disagree with. Yeah. So I'm saying I disagree with those things.
So your book has a mistake in it.
So it's not to do with the mistake or not. The book is what it is. I am reading it critically and saying that's an issue I have.
Okay, slavery's in your book. Is your book got a mistake in it?
I've
Yes
just
or no?
answered it. It's not got a mistake in it. The book is what it is.
So your book has a mistake. You believe your book has a mistake in it, yes?
Okay, I'm saying this is getting really.
Why can't you answer the
we're going
question?
round
Why can't you answer the
What do you
question?
mean answer the question? I'm answering the question. The book has no mistake in it. The book is what it is.
Yeah.
I can read it and say, this I think is positive, this is negative. There is no commandment.
Did God reveal all of it?
Hussein, listen.
Did God reveal
Hussein,
all of it?
Listen, mate, listen. There is no commandment for Jews to keep slaves, yeah? There isn't a law that says, thou shalt keep slaves. However, in the time of Abraham, in the time of Isaac, Jacob, and Moses, slavery was a thing. And so within the Jewish tradition, there is mechanisms for releasing slaves. Yeah, so every 7th year, every 50th year, there is mechanisms for freeing your slave and sending them back to their ancestral land, yeah? So this is the Jewish position. However, what it doesn't do is say that slavery is forbidden. It forbids bacon, just like the Quran forbids bacon. So I'm giving you, it's not that the Torah has a mistake in it, it's saying that this is not illegal, but I'm saying I am taking a moral position.
Hold on.
That I disagree with
the
it.
Bible says if you have a slave, obey him. Not only in front of his eyesight. Do you believe in both? Or do you only believe in the Old Testament?
So Jews only believe the Old Testament.
Okay. Does it talk about how to deal with slaves?
It talks about you could. Yes, yeah.
Okay, talked about did it. Does it say just let them free straight away?
No, it says you can't excessively work them. You have to.
Oh, but you can work them.
So they're like.
Oh, so you can work slaves in your book.
I just said literally,
Yeah,
repeatedly.
So you can work slaves in your book, yes?
Saying, listen to what I'm saying. Instead of building a straw man, listen to
No,
what
you're
I'm
heading
saying.
for the fight exit, but I got you already.
I'm standing here
Your
saying
book
I'm not
tells
running
you-
anywhere.
Your book tells you that you can work slaves, not
Hussein,
overslave them.
Hussein,
So your
listen.
book does
This
talk
isn't a
about
discussion
slavery.
about how good or
Hold
bad
on,
a Jew
no,
he is.
the
Yeah?
point
We're
is
trying
this.
to discuss slavery and capitalism.
No problem, no problem.
Let's get back
No
to that
problem.
rather than
No
trying to...
problem.
No, but he was the one that
Yes.
mentioned about Muslims and slavery.
Okay,
you know?
okay, so
that's what
wicked.
we're talking
Watch
about.
how insincere this person is.
No, we're
Okay,
slavery, not Muslims.
your book talks about slavery, my book talks about slavery.
And I
yes?
say I disagree with it. Now your turn.
Okay. And you say that your book, yeah,
Saying
tells
your
you.
turn. Just,
Where's
is it
wrong
bad?
with you? What is wrong with you?
I was heading for the fire exit.
Hold
before.
on. You're still fine.
Every time I was speaking, you were saying I'm running for the fire exit. Then when I ask you a direct question, you ask me what's wrong with me.
You finished. Okay, so he was saying that slavery is in his book, and he said it's wrong. Then he waffled and said slavery's in my book, but it doesn't talk about you can do slavery. And he just said,
I
I'm
explicitly
speaking.
said-
It's not very
But you're
Jewish of you.
misrepresenting me.
It's not very Jewish.
What is Jewish?
It's not very Jewish of you. I'm speaking.
What is Jewish?
I'm sure
mate?
it says that you should be rude to people when you're having a conversation when you're in your book. Yes.
I
think
don't
it says
think it
anything
says
about
that.
interrupting.
Yeah. I don't
Okay,
think
so it's okay for you
That's
to be
not
rude to.
No, it doesn't say. It says you're allowed to interrupt. It says it's a commandment. Thou shalt interrupt.
Okay, carry on speaking. When you finish, because my religion tells me to have manners, you carry on speaking. When you finish, I'll speak. I'll teach you some Islamic manners. Go on.
Was it good manners when you said you
Go
were
on,
running for the fire
go
exit?
on. Speak, because
that
you
good
keep on
manners?
interrupting me.
So my question was it good? I'll repeat his question. Was it good manners when you asked me, am I running for the fire exit?
Was that
No,
polite?
you was. That was a fact.
That was a fact.
It was a fact. You was running for the. It's on camera anyway. The point I'm trying to say to you,
That doesn't change the
yes,
overall
the
outcome.
the fact we was talking about morality.
And slavery.
Okay, and you
is
said
it
my
immoral?
book is wrong because it has slavery in it.
No.
Hold
I
on.
said slavery is immoral,
Why
and
is
the
it-
only people that defend it are Jews, Christians, and Muslims. I was consistent with what I said.
Do you defend it? Do you defend slavery?
No, I think slavery is abhorrent.
Okay, you don't defend it. Okay, so we were talking about morality, and our book talks about slavery. You was talking about capitalism and so forth. I said capitalism is wrong because it's immoral. Yes. Okay. In our book, Prophet Muhammad, this is our type of slavery. He says, if you have a slave, let it eat from the same food that you eat from. Let it wear the same clothing that you're wearing. Let it sleep on the same bed that you're talking about. This is our definition of slavery. So you can take your mistake in your Titanic book, yeah, and deal with your slavery. But the point I was trying to say is that the reason why capitalism is wrong is this, is that we live in a society that says that money, that selling products is the main goal. And that's the most important thing. So therefore, what I'm trying to say to you, I'm asking you, if you want to sell a product, yeah, is it okay to get in? Hold on.
You answer my question.
Hold on. I'm asking you. I've answered your question already.
No, you haven't said whether it's immoral.
What do you mean?
I asked, is slavery immoral? Yes or no?
Okay, under some circumstances, no.
And that's my point. The
Okay.
only people who defend the institution of slavery are religious.
You're confusing.
So I am going to read from Sahih Bukhari. I'm going to read from Bukhari. Yeah, I'm going to read from Bukhari. I'm going to read from Bukhari. Yeah, narrated by Abdullah bin Zamra. The Prophet said, "None of you should flog his wife like he flogs a slave. Like he flogs a slave." So you can say, and Bukhari, no one is questioning Bukhari. There is no Sunni Muslim here that would reject Bukhari. Yeah? So I'm saying the only people in this park that defend slavery are Muslims, Jews and Christians who put their fundamentalism before their morality.
Okay.
And it's abhorrent. And it's abhorrent. It's abhorrent when a black man, any man comes up and says that, given the history of the transatlantic slave trade and what we know about slavery, that they stand here and say in some circumstances, slavery is moral.
Okay, cool. Look at his little Shakespeare outburst. Listen. So you have a war with another country, yeah? You have a war with another country, yeah? After that war, there's people left over, yeah? One side wins. What do you call the people that you have left over from their side that were trying to kill you? What do you call them?
Prisoners of war.
Would you? No, I'm asking him.
So the people that are left over, like the women, you cannot take possession of the women in a war.
I never asked you that question.
No, but that's who's
What do you
left
call
over.
them? What do you call them? Can you call them slaves?
No.
Okay, in our religion we call them slaves. So if we
But
put them to
that's not flogging your slave who works for you. That's not the woman you take with your right
You're
hand.
not Ibn Kafir. Don't try to give me no tasfir of this hadith. Yeah? So what I'm trying to say to you, yeah, listen to me. Yeah, you laugh at yourself. So what I'm trying to say to you, so in that position, we don't believe if there's someone that was trying to kill you, and after the war, that you take that person and you put them to work, still with the conditions. If you have a slave, let him eat from the food that you eat from. Let him wear the clothing that you're wearing. Let him sleep on the bedding that you're wearing. So if you don't act tough, I don't care. So the point I'm trying to say to you, yes, I'm not ashamed of my book. You're ashamed of your book, and you said your book has mistakes. But
No, I didn't. You said my book has mistakes. I said my book is what it is.
Your book does have mistakes, because we all know that slavery is allowed in your book. Whether you try and politician and Tony Blair it and spin it around, you believe in slavery.
My book says the same as
I'm not
yours about
I'm not ashamed.
the clothing
I'm not
and the
ashamed of my
pillows.
book. So
That came from
what I was
Judaism.
trying to say to you, this capitalist society, so you defend capitalism wholeheartedly.
So I think capitalism has been one of the greatest mechanisms for lifting the poor out of poverty, for advancing science, technology, medicine, and all the richness that we all benefit from in this world.
In the Western world, the majority of clothes. No, I've got something for him. The majority of clothes that we wear in the Western, the majority of clothes. I'm calm. The majority of clothes that we wear in the Western world, yes.
Yeah.
Is it made in the East? Is it made in the Western world, or is it made in sweatshops?
So it's a great question. So India produces a huge amount of the clothes that we wear today. Indians today, despite there being mass poverty there and a huge gap between the rich and poor and the middle classes and the lower classes, India is financially better off today than it's ever been in history.
No, the problem is...
No, but I want to say one thing. Yeah. Would you live in the conditions? See these liars? They get in front of the camera, sorry. You get in front of the camera. Would you live in the same conditions as the person making your clothes in India? No, you wouldn't.
That's not the point.
You wouldn't. Yes, it is the point. Because you're saying capitalism is so beautiful because it's doing so much for people. But the fact is, the clothes that we live in, I'm not naive. I don't like the situation. I know where the clothes that I'm wearing they come from. And I can't change it. Hold it. And I can't change it. But I feel bad about it. You, in your naivety, living in your big bubble, walking around in a daydream Disney cartoon. We all in the Western world are living in a society of affluence, and other people are paying for it, cutting their hands on sewing machines, hardly eating and so forth and that. And what I'm trying to say to you, hold on, and what I'm trying to say to you, hold on, what I'm trying to say to you, and what I'm trying to say to you,
I've got a question.
you need to, what you need
He's
to
not
do,
saying capitalism
hold on,
is
what you need
perfect.
to do is rather than having this smug look on your face, you need to go, and look at other parts of the world. Because at the end of the day, all of us here, while wearing these nice t-shirts and trousers and this, that, and the other, we will not swap for the people that are making us. Understood?
So this is the difference between
Understood.
Me. Saying this is the difference between
Thank
me and
you.
you.
And some people here are from
I'm saying
India.
you're
Anyone here from
You're
India?
heading for the fire exit, are you saying?
How can I?
Are you heading for the fire
I made my
exit? or
point. Why am I
staying?
heading for the fire exit?
Okay,
You're
he's been
done
trying to
now.
ask a question for a
Right,
long time.
Robert De Niro said,
Hussein,
there's a dead man on the end of this phone. I done you. What are you talking about?
You killed me, did you?
You live in a bubble.
He killed me.
I'm not upset.
You are. You're saying, I killed him. You're running for fire. Calm down. Have a nice conversation.
I'm not. What do you mean?
He's a man running for the fire exit.
Hold on. No, the point is, I'm not angry.
When I come with passion,
Hold on.
I'm Shakespeare.
I'm
When
sorry.
you come with passion, you're a
Excuse
man.
me. Does anyone feel like I'm gonna chop off their heads here? Just
No, I definitely don't think you're going to chop off my head.
Thank you. This is not violence.
Someone said it was.
I'm sorry if you guys think this is violent.
No one said it was violent.
Okay, but hold on.
said it was
Just
violent.
let him
What
ask
are
his
you talking
question.
But the point I'm trying to say to you, that's what I'm trying to say. You're living in England, in this first world, and you're thinking everything's like daisies and rainbows and unicorns and stuff like that. And you don't know that the clothes that we're wearing are coming from sweatshops.
You're right,
and
Hussein, we never knew where our clothes came from. We can't read the label.
You literally said that they don't come from sweatshops. You literally said
It comes from places.
They don't care. They don't give a damn. But you can tell Palestinians is getting slaughtered where they
Oh,
where
there
he
it
comes
is,
from.
there
And
it
he doesn't
is.
give a damn
When
either.
you've lost the argument,
I
run
haven't
to
lost-
Palestine in
We're not here to
Israel.
lost the
Nice
argument.
conversation. We're having a very nice conversation.
Okay, guys. So what I'm trying to say to you, what was your name again?
Mark. Yeah. Hi.
Mark,
So I've got a question for you. Can I?
I'm saying this.
Are you going to pause so I can
Yeah, I'm
ask
going to
this
pause
question?
and I'm going to let you have your say and I'm not going to interrupt. I'm saying to you, Mark, it's a fact. Whether he's in,
fact?
it's a fact that the clothes that we're wearing are coming from countries outside the West. Poor countries.
Sure.
And the fact is, what do you mean you're sure?
We know that.
Do you know anyone that works makes
Sorry, I said
clothes?
sure. Yes, I agree with
Oh,
you.
okay, I thought you said, are you sure? Okay, so it's a fact, and I don't think you need to watch a documentary to know this. It's common knowledge that we are living our nice lives in the West, and we're wearing all these clothes and so forth, yeah? I don't know anyone in Chelsea or in bloody Knightsbridge working in a sweatshop making clothes in England.
Yep.
But I know there's thousands, tens of thousands of
There are
unfinished.
food banks in this country, and
That's not
there's
the
a
point
0
at
hour
the moment.
contract.
Yeah.
That's slavery.
There's always
So
gonna be
this
a
problem.
First
That's not
World
the
War.
point.
Well done.
That's not the point.
Well
Isn't
done.
it?
Jazakallah. But what I'm trying to say to you, so what I'm trying to say to you,
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say. You've said
no,
it. You've said
I'm
it.
winding up now. So what I'm
Okay.
basically trying to say to you,
You wind up for a long time.
we live in this country wearing clothes.
Yeah.
These
Clothes
clothes
are made somewhere else. We know that.
somewhere else in a condition we will
Take
not
shop, for instance.
we will
Perfect.
not swap with the other people
no
because
doubt.
it's so bad.
No doubt.
But the fact that he said that he's bad and capitalism is the primary force behind
Sure,
this.
sure.
So what I'm trying to say to you, you can support capitalism, but capitalism is killing people and is making people's lives hell. So all I was trying to say to you is that we believe in earning certain things and so forth. There's nothing wrong with that, this, that, and the other. But the whole ideology of capitalism doesn't give a damn about morals. Yes, and you support it, and you're immoral.
I'm immoral. All right, cheers.
All right. So, two things. First of all, capitalism has resulted in
where's morality?
Guys, have a tie.
All I'm saying is that if you go for communism,
in a society of capitalism, in our
There's no basis for
you don't
morality.
know much about. I do consider that's fair.
On what?
Can you let me speak?
Ignore him.
I don't know who Adam Green is.
In our capitalist society, the world is capitalist. There are many poor people, and there are people who are much richer in other parts of the world. However, what's also true about capitalism, that in the last 30 years, since the early 90s, far fewer people are now poor than they were before. So capitalism, of course, there are poor people under capitalism, but there are far less. Capitalism has resulted in far fewer people being poor than they were before.
Where?
Defining
All over.
poor is
Let me
relative.
give you some stats.
Every single measure.
Let me give you some stats. You can go away and you can research
But are the
after.
stats authentic?
Yes,
Let me
the stats are
excuse me.
authentic.
Excuse me. For example, Nike. Look,
Yeah,
Nike. Look, I don't look
This
because
isn't-
do you know why I don't
Sorry,
trust
Jason,
Nike?
Jason, let him speak. Let him speak.
Go ahead.
Can I finish?
Hold on.
Can I finish? And these statistics are not contentious in the slightest. They're really not. In 1991, 43% of the world was living below the poverty line. Poverty line means that they didn't have enough to eat, didn't have enough to clothe themselves, and didn't have enough to provide themselves with shelter. 43%. Now it's less than 10%. The number of people who didn't have primary.
10% in this country.
The number of
in this country.
Can you just let me finish? The number of people who didn't have primary school education was 23% in 1991, and now it's less than 4%. Capitalism has resulted in a huge expansion of wealth all throughout the world, here and also primarily in the third world. But actually, what's a much more interesting question for you is that what is Islam's opinion on capitalism? Because it's not anti-capitalist. Under an Islamic state or however Muslims want to organize the world, they don't believe in socialism, they don't believe in communism, they don't believe in a perfectly even distribution of wealth. Under Islam, you would be able to run a business and make money and profit. That's all part of Islam.
And we have rulings for this. We have rulings for this. For example, the Prophet.
But that's capitalism, right?
Hold on, no, it isn't.
It's one
No, it isn't.
guided
It
first and
isn't.
foremost by
It isn't.
morality.
It isn't. I'll tell you
There's
why.
no basis for morality within capitalism because it's
Except
it's
slavery
no, there
exists.
isn't.
No,
Because
of
what
course
is the aim of
Let me give
capitalism?
you
What's the
an example.
intention?
Can I
What is
answer
the
this
aim of
question? Can I
capitalism?
answer this
Let me
question?
answer that very directly.
Can I answer you? No, before you answer the
no,
second question,
no,
let me.
no.
No, you're asking the second question.
No,
Let me
this is
answer.
very important.
So
This is
you
very
didn't
quickly.
answer the.
It's very quick.
Did you answer me your first question?
I did.
Can I answer it?
Sure.
Okay, so it's not the same. For example, the Prophet Muhammad said, when you're selling in the market, yeah, if you sell dates, you know what dates are? They're like big raisins, yeah? Dates, not dates as in girl. You know what dates are? As in the fruit.
I've never heard of it.
Okay.
It's like an apple, right?
Yeah, I wasn't talking about
Date.
dates.
Is that a banana?
Dates are like big raisins, yeah?
Oh, they're big raisins.
Okay, you said that when you
Do they
go.
have stones in
They're
them, or
like
are they?
prunes.
No, they got like basically they got seed inside them, yeah?
Like
Yeah.
they're orange or green, purple.
It's how you're supposed to break your fast
Orange.
on the Ramadan. Is that right?
No, they're black.
No,
Black.
Yeah, we open our
he means
fast
satsumas.
We open our fast with it.
He knows what dates are.
Okay, they're like big
go.
raisins. You
He's
know what a
winding
raisin
you
is.
up.
You know what a raisin is.
He's winding you up, Jason.
I know what
He
a
knows
date is.
what
Yeah, I know
a
what a
date
date
is.
is. I know what a
Okay.
date is, yeah.
Like, I don't know, I'm not assuming you
Everyone
do
knows what
adults.
dates. Everyone knows what dates.
No, not everyone knows
Yeah.
what dates are.
Date.
Okay,
Carry
so
on.
what I'm trying to
They
say
sell
to you.
them in Tesco. Go on.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say to you, yeah, is that, for example, the Prophet said if you're selling dates, yeah,
Yeah.
don't put the good ones, yeah,
Yeah.
on the top and the raw ones underneath.
Sure.
Yeah? So, for example, Islamically,
Yeah.
what we can't do, like I said, if we want to sell our products, what we
Yeah.
can't do is get a naked woman and put her in front of her.
Can't do that here either.
What do you do?
Can't do that here
Kick
either.
us
But
cake.
that's
Can't do
just,
that
those
here.
are limitations
Hold on.
placed on
Can't
What are you
do that
talking
here
about?
either.
What are you talking
Can't
about?
do that here either.
What are you talking about?
It's part of advertising regulations.
Okay,
You
have you seen
can't
that?
advertise with naked ladies.
That's
You can't
the
do it.
point. It's a
You can't-
regulation.
can't do it.
It's a regulation
Okay, excuse me.
limiting
It's
Facts.
because we're not talking literally naked, don't you
Yes,
understand?
literally naked. So what you're saying is that under Islam, under Islam there are rules and guidelines of how you can operate in capitalism.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
And that's the same thing here.
That's not what I'm saying. Excuse me. Okay, what I'm trying to say, kid, half naked, you got a product, has nothing to do with a woman, yes? And you want to sell it, yes?
Yeah.
Can
Can't
you
use
put
naked lady.
a half naked woman on...
Half naked?
Yes.
Yeah, you can't put it full naked though.
Wow, do you want to pat
Yeah.
on that?
Within
I'm saying
Islam,
there are rules
Wow.
and regulations.
Oh,
there are
that's
rules
great.
and regulations.
Okay.
There are
Within
guidelines.
Islam-
You can't do whatever you want.
Okay.
within Islam, you
It's
can
not-
show
it's
the
not-
eyes.
It's not
Okay,
just a- it's not
okay,
just a pure
okay.
pursuit of profit. It's not just a pure
I'm not
pursuit of
gonna-
profit.
No, the reason I'm saying that is we have
Joseph,
different
if
definitions.
you're-
No, I'm saying within
Joseph.
Islam, a woman can advertise products,
Joe,
maybe
what are
show
you talking
eyes,
about?
maybe
You
her
talk- what are you
face,
talking-
maybe
Joseph,
her hands.
Joseph, stop speaking about Islam. You don't know what you're talking about. You do not have a clue what you're talking about.
So, are you telling me, just a straight question, that you cannot show a woman
Yeah, there are lots.
in a, let's say, full-on niqab, hijab, on an advert?
Joseph, I'm saying to you, you've already said wrong things about Islam.
I'm
yes?
asking.
Joseph, I'm saying to you, please stop talking about Islam because
Yes,
you're
I
making many mistakes about
Okay,
it.
just answer. I'm
You don't-
ignorant.
you don't-
Educate
Go on,
me.
you're
Hold
making
on.
a point.
I will answer,
You're
but
making
keep on interrupting.
Don't interrupt, carry on.
Wow, there's Muslims down Edgware Road smoking shifa. Oh, because I saw a Muslim do it, that makes it halal. Your logic. So what I'm trying to say to you is this. Is it morally right to get a product, yes, that has nothing, because we're going to see how your brain works now, that has nothing to do with a woman, yes, and to stick a woman half naked there, yeah, to sell that product because men will look at that product. Is that morally
Why are
right?
you asking? Why is that relevant to my
I'm
point?
not speaking French, am I?
Why are you asking my opinion?
Okay, because we're talking about capitalism.
According to capitalism.
We're talking about capitalism, yes?
Under capitalism,
Yes.
you have different rules and regulations which restrict how you pursue profit, how you sell different products. And it's the same,
That's
and it's
not
the
under
same thing in Islam.
capitalism.
Okay.
That's
Don't-
on limitations placed upon
Okay,
it.
guys, I'm
That's
asking
not
you.
capitalism.
Okay,
that is.
guys.
So we don't have a capitalist
Those are
society.
restrictions on
So we
capitalism.
don't have a capitalist society.
I'm gonna get where you're trying to get
know what
to.
I'm saying?
Don't worry, we're gonna get there. We can go a long way around the answer. We can go the short way. We are
Go
going
the short way, please.
We're gonna go the.
If there's a choice, let's go the short way.
You're the one that makes it along
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you understand what I'm saying. You just
No,
don't
I
want.
really
You
don't.
just don't
I
want to
genuinely
answer because
don't.
you know where it's
I'm
going.
stupid, I don't even know what a day
no,
is.
No,
I don't
you
know
know
what
what I'm
it is.
talking about. Okay. Does capitalism have morals?
Does capitalism, a capitalist society?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
According to you.
What's
Okay.
the...
I know you're.
For example,
Okay, I got him. Don't worry.
For example, you can't sell a product with a fully naked lady.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
No, brothers, don't worry,
You
brothers.
can't sell a person.
Brothers, I know you want to get the truth out of him. We're going to do it. Yes?
So arrogant.
We're going to do it.
So arrogant.
No.
Yeah, he's
No.
humble. He's humble.
I'm not
He was
arrogant.
breaking down what the
You're a
date
bit,
was.
you're,
for us.
you're,
Hold
you're,
on.
you're a bit
Hold
arrogant.
on.
You're a bit arrogant.
No,
Be humble, be humble.
I just don't play games with people. You know what I'm
Be humble,
talking
be
about.
humble.
But you want to do the long way. We do it the long way, no problem.
No, short
Short
way.
No, you
short
don't
way.
want to do the short
I
way.
wanna do short way.
Okay.
No, we do. We want to do a
I
short
answer
way.
your question.
Jason.
Capitalism has morals, yes? Okay.
A capitalist society, yeah, of course.
Okay, no. Capitalism has morals, yes?
Can we just get a definition of what capitalism is?
This
Because
is
we're
what
like
I'm
we're
saying.
talking
What's the
about
guiding philosophy behind
Hey.
it?
Oh, wait.
Brother,
Pursue of profit.
look.
Thank you.
Where's your name
That's
again?
where it
Where's your
finishes.
name
There's
again?
no morality
Where's your name?
behind
Wait.
profit motives.
But
That's it.
Brother, please.
But Muslims
What's your
believe
name
in
again?
Yusuf.
Yusuf.
Muslims
Please,
believe
we're
in
having an AB conversation. See your way out of it, yeah? So what I'm trying to say.
I thought you were meant to be the polite one.
No,
You're
That's not
so
that.
not
why?
rude.
That's not that.
This is the man who's talking about
Do
manners.
you know why? I'm trying to have a conversation with you, and he keeps on bringing another
gotta rise
question.
above it, you gotta rise
Okay,
above it.
listen. So let's get to where we're
Rise
going.
above it.
Let's get to where we're going. Okay, so you say that capitalist society has morals. Okay, is it okay to get a product that has nothing to do with a woman, and put a woman next to it so men will look at it and buy it? Yes or no?
Yes, that's absolutely
I
fine.
think it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, but isn't that being deceptive?
No.
Oh, wait a minute, are women human beings?
They are human beings, yeah.
Okay, can you use women for material gain?
Use them.
Yeah.
It's not using them.
They're getting paid. They're doing a job.
Okay. The product is Kellogg's K, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, they put a half-naked woman, yeah, in the advert, yes?
They also put half-naked men.
Well, see, this is what I'm
They
trying
don't
to say.
actually put a half-naked
Hold on,
woman, no.
hold on.
Not for calories, you won't be able to do that.
Excuse me.
It has to be applicable to the product.
Excuse me.
Has to be applicable to the
Excuse
product.
me.
Can't just say
Excuse
so.
me. They have
Yeah.
Kellogg's, the cornflakes,
Yeah,
yes?
And they're a beautiful lady on it.
Okay, and they have a woman in a swimsuit, yes?
No, they don't.
What are you talking about?
Can I say-
Hold
can I
on,
say
they have a beautiful lady, yes?
Beautiful lady, yeah.
Okay, they put her next to the Kellogg's K.
Yeah.
What's the beauty got to do with the thingy?
Well, people like beautiful things.
Can anyone apply for that? Can any woman apply for that advert?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, can any woman of any weight get that job?
It depends on who. That,
So,
Watch and play dumb.
So-
Can any woman
sorry,
get the job?
Are you saying that modelling is immoral?
I'm saying to
saying
you,
modelling
yes,
is
I do
immoral.
believe
Okay,
modelling is
well,
immoral.
well, I don't.
Okay, I'm asking you a
Well, I
question.
don't.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, Kellogg's K is selling corn cereal, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, they want a woman in the advert, yes?
Yeah.
Can any woman be in the advert?
Any woman that they pick, yeah, they pick a woman.
Okay, can she be
Who's
80s?
attractive?
Can
Yeah,
she
an
be
attractive woman.
Who's the Oh, so she has to be. Oh, wait a minute, she has to be attractive.
And young.
If that's what they decide.
who's the target? Who's the
Huh?
target
That's what they
audience?
decide. That's what they decide.
Okay, so why can't an unattractive woman be in the advert?
You'd have to ask them.
How many ways?
Bro, let
Oh.
me get to the point. I think-
Do you know? No. Do you know why? Do you know why they want an attractive woman in the video?
Because they're using an attractive woman to sell a product.
Why? No,
Okay,
Jason,
there you
why?
go.
Jason, why?
Right? Okay, so someone
Why is that bad?
someone can use attractive. There's a product, yes,
Yeah.
and you know that if the product has nothing to do with a woman's beauty, yes.
Sure.
Okay, so you're saying if you could get attractive women to look at the product, because they wouldn't look at it either, yes? Yes.
I just want to find the flat one.
Yes. By using an attractive woman, people will look at the products, yes?
Sure.
That's why they do it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, you're saying it's okay to take a woman, yeah?
Yeah.
And take her for a looks, yeah? And put her in front of a product to sell
But
it.
she's getting paid as a job.
Doing it willingly.
Bro, let me get to
so
the point.
you don't understand it.
Using
Okay,
her, that's all.
excuse me. If someone said to you, yes,
No, I just want to say.
I want to sell this car, yes? I want to sell.
I understand. I'm giving you
Hold
an
on,
answer.
no. Have you got a sister? Have you got a sister?
I've got a sister. No, I don't.
No,
I
I've
can
got
imagine if I did.
time. What coming after me?
Muhammad have?
Seriously. Have you got a sister?
Wives did
I
Muhammad
can imagine if I
have?
did.
Okay, say someone.
If I had a sister,
More
I'd
than
go on.
10
Okay,
wives.
if you had a sister,
Yeah.
and someone said
Muhammad
to
was
you,
immoral.
I've
He
got
had over
a car
10
and I want to
wives.
sell it, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I want to do,
Is
yeah?
that true or
The
false?
car's not that good looking, yeah? So I want to get your sister. She just turned 18, yes?
yeah.
I want her to be in a bathing suit next to the
A
car.
bathing suit?
Yes.
Now we're talking about something different now.
Why? What's?
Even if you want, fine, say a bathing suit, fine.
Oh, no, you said it was wrong.
No,
What's wrong
but-
with it?
But what I would want for my sister
Oh!
is different. Excuse me.
Go on.
Excuse me.
No, finish the
Excuse
sentence.
me. What I would want for my sister is different from what I would command every other woman in the world to
So all the other women could go to hell apart from your sister.
do. No, for example,
Screw them.
I would want my child.
Yeah.
I would want my child. No, excuse me.
Jason.
Excuse
Remember,
me.
manners,
Just
Aki,
listen
manners.
to my point. Listen to my point. So I would want my child to do really well in school.
What's
right?
wrong with doing? Yeah, what's wrong with going against a car, laying against a car to sell a car? Isn't that a good? Isn't that a good thing to aspire to?
For some people, yeah, of course.
For your sister?
Yeah, maybe.
No, you said it wasn't before.
No, maybe it is actually.
See how insincere you are?
I don't think
It's
I'm
on
sincere
tape.
at all.
You said
What's wrong with being a model? I don't think there's anything wrong with being a model.
See-
If my sister
see
wants to
this-
be a model,
see-
absolutely fine.
This
If my
is
sister
why
wants
I'm
to be a
so
model,
glad I'm a Muslim.
absolutely fine.
No, look, you said you said it's on tape. You said you would have a problem if a car dealer,
don't think I would.
if a car seller. No, you said it on tape.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
don't
but he's
think I would.
changing his
So you don't know
issues.
what you believe, do you?
Well, it's a new question that's been posed to me.
No,
I
it's
don't
the
have
same
this, so I'm
question.
thinking
No,
about
it's
it.
not a new question. It's
Of
the
course
same
it is.
question.
No,
It's the same
no,
question.
You pose a question to me. Would I mind if my sister, which I don't have, but if I did have a sister, would I mind if she wanted to be a model? Of
Yeah.
course, no, absolutely.
Okay.
Swimsuit model, absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely
So
not.
if someone said to you, I'm a car dealership.
Yeah.
As a Muslim, I would be offended if a man came up to me. I'm asking you.
Yeah, things that you're offended
Excuse
by are very
me.
different things that I'm offended
I
by.
know, but I'm sure.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm very pleased about that.
Muhammad
Very
have?
pleased. Very,
How
very
many
pleased.
wives did
We're very
Muhammad
different people.
have?
Very
Okay, so what I'm trying to say to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was he a moral man or
Okay,
an
so what I'm
immoral
trying to say
man?
to you,
Yeah.
if someone said that I want your sister, yeah?
Yeah.
I got car. The car's not that good looking.
Yeah.
Yes? But your sister's beautiful, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to stand in front of the car, yeah? With just leaves over her private parts and stuff. Would you,
over her private parts.
would you agree with that?
So he
I mean,
broke
that's what
the
she wants to do, that's
Sharia
fine, yeah.
Would you be proud of her to do that? Would you show your
If
friends?
she was successful, yeah, of course.
That doesn't mean it's right. Sin is sin.
See what you're lying now.
Because I don't believe sex is wrong. I don't believe,
No,
I
I
don't
never
believe
said that.
nudity is wrong.
Excuse
I don't
me.
believe there's anything to be ashamed
Okay,
of.
before you said on the camera,
Yeah.
that you wouldn't. You said you wouldn't be happy, yes, if she was in a
No, I
bed.
think it'll be fine.
No, but my friend, look, it's on camera. You did say that. When I asked you before, you said you didn't like it. You wouldn't like it for
He
your
needs to
sister.
find his
About it a bit
answer.
more.
Okay.
I'm thinking about it a bit more.
Okay.
And actually, I think it'll be fine.
It'd be fine. Okay. So what's the difference between naked and a little bit of clothes on?
Well, in our society, there's a lot of
No, I'm asking you.
There's a lot of difference.
Huh? Okay, so your laws, so your morals rely on the law. Rely on the law. Okay, so I'm asking you, independent of the law, would you allow your
Would I allow?
would you agree with your daughter being naked against naked against the
It's
courtesans?
very difficult. It's very difficult. Because,
Would you?
Because there's a big difference between being entirely naked. There's a difference between. What's wrong with you?
I'm glad
I never said that
you don't actually have a
you're
sister.
speaking. Hold on, you're speaking. You're speaking.
Because she wouldn't want a brother that would say
Why?
that. She wouldn't want a brother that would say that.
Really? You think every brother of every like supermodel was ashamed of that?
Let him finish. Let him finish. So you
Probably not. Not if they have your mentality.
No, not anybody.
No, let him finish.
This is you. You're not the same as everyone.
Let him finish. Let him finish.
Chivalry.
Excuse
We're
me.
not living in the Middle Ages.
Excuse
We're not living in the
me.
Middle
Excuse me.
Ages.
It's sad. It's sad.
Excuse me.
It's not
Let him
sad.
answer.
It's beautiful.
No, sorry,
Believe me.
you were finishing.
Freedom is a wonderful
I want to give you your.
wonderful
I want to give you.
Yeah.
I want you to finish your statement. You were saying something.
Sure.
Finish. I want you to finish.
Okay, so there's a difference
One
between.
second. Brother, please, you're distracting me. Please. Aki.
Ignore this guy.
Okay, cool.
There's
Look,
a difference
look.
between
Okay.
full nudity and being scantily clad. Of course there is.
Okay, can I ask you a question? Does shame exist?
The shame exists, yeah?
Yeah, as a Muslim, I believe shame exists, and I believe I don't believe. I want to have a conversation with you. Yeah? I don't want to have an argument. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say to you is this. Seriously. Yeah. So basically, this. I believe right and wrong comes from the Creator. Yes. And I don't believe That's why I don't believe in democracy. I don't believe that the majority of people decide what's right and wrong.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So what I'm trying to say to you, do you believe we create right or wrong, or do you believe right or wrong exists independent of our thoughts?
I don't know.
You believe we create?
No, I don't know.
Huh? You don't know? Okay, does shame exist?
The shame exists, yeah.
It does exist, yeah? Okay. It does exist. Okay. I believe it's wrong for a man or a woman to be a stripper. Do you agree?
Wrong.
Yeah, wrong. Immoral. Okay. You don't believe it's immoral?
No.
don't take this personally, if a female family member feels wanted to be, yes, a stripper, you're like, whether you'll be your daughter or your mother,
my mum,
would you agree with it?
So I think what's important to understand is that we're not all perfect people. So what I want for society as a whole, I might not necessarily be comfortable with, and that might be a problem with me. So my own particular morals don't necessarily translate 100% onto what I want for the world.
But the question,
you can go on further.
Hold on, wait, let me finish with him.
Does that make sense?
No,
Can I just add one little thing into the conversation?
When I finish with him, hold on, I want to answer.
It's really critical.
No, he answered the question.
It's to do with shame. It's to do with shame.
Hold on, no.
Is a woman, Hussein, please.
We're having a
It's
conversation.
Speaker's Corner.
Yes, but I'm
it's like a
speaking to him.
three-way. No, you speak
I'm
to
not
me to
having
begin
a
with, Hussein.
Trialogue. I'm not.
Do you have a son?
No.
Do you have a son?
Yusuf, I'm speaking to
Do
him.
you have a son?
I want to
Do you
answer.
have a son?
Hold on.
Let me ask you a question.
No, this is.
I
thought you believe in democracy.
This will illuminate my point.
Give me a little bit of democracy, just a little bit. Can I have a little bit of democracy?
Nothing to do with
Don't know what democracy is, mate.
Hold
I
on.
will illuminate my point. I will illuminate
No
my
freedom
point.
of speech for me.
Give me 1 minute.
Hold on.
Give me
You
1
just
minute.
made a statement. I
Yeah,
want
give
to
me 1
rebut
minute.
your statement, then I'll go on to the next statement.
No, this is going to help. This is going to help you.
Hold on, no, it's
Can I
not.
help-
No, my
can I
friend,
be honest on my
you
point?
made a statement.
You're running for the fire exit.
I want to rebut your statement. I want to rebut your statement. Okay. I asked you a simple question.
Yeah.
I said, asked you, if you would agree with your mother or daughter being a stripper. You said, hold on.
If she's over 18, that's the
People are getting emotional around here. People are breaking up.
Carol.
Amazing.
Nothing wrong.
Okay. I'm so glad as a Muslim. I know it's wrong for my mother and my daughter to be a stripper, and they know it's wrong. But as for the atheists and the liberals and secularists and capitalists,
You're so much better than everyone else are saying. If only they could all be like you, Aki. If only they could all be like you.
But we're not, and that's why we're in a democracy.
can I have a little bit of democracy, just a little bit, yeah?
You don't know what democracy is.
A little bit of freedom of speech, just a little bit.
There we go.
I thought they were intellect. You lot don't know.
Oh, we don't know what dates are
You don't know what
either.
you're talking about. Okay, so as Muslims, we know, me and my brothers, we know, and our mothers know, and our daughters know it's wrong to be a stripper and to get up in front of strangers and dance naked for money.
You think a lot of things which I don't.
You don't need to, as atheists, you don't need to phone a friend. But listen, what I'm trying to say, let me finish. So
you're
I'm
being
trying.
rude.
Hold on, you said to me.
say something rude, you're gonna get called out.
You said to me.
That's gonna happen.
Listen,
Don't get upset.
you not say smart things when you're talking. So I'm allowed to say smart things.
Smart, not rude. I never say anything rude to you. Carry on.
Okay, thank you. So what I'm trying to say to you is this. I asked you a simple question. Do you agree?
Yeah.
That's all I asked you. With, your mother or your daughter being a stripper. You said this thing about the world not being perfect and this, that and the other. I'm just, yes you did, you said something about the world's not perfect. People are not perfect. That's what you said. You did say people are not perfect. You did say
The world
that.
isn't perfect.
That was ages ago.
You said it though.
Alright, carry on, go on.
Yeah, you were talking for
Alright, go on,
ages
go on,
and you
go on,
said
go on.
ages ago
Go on.
that the world is not perfect.
talking for very long.
You can't even remember.
I was talking for a very long time. I wasn't. Anyway, carry on.
Stop laughing at
Anyway,
people.
don't I
Humility.
have the freedom to laugh if I want to?
None of the people. That's
Yeah.
not Sunnah.
Hold on. So I have to ask
Follow
you.
your prophet.
Okay, do me a favour. Give me a list of facial features and body language that I can do. Give me a list that I can do. Yeah.
Just be polite.
In your dictatorship.
I want you to have shame.
Yeah.
Just be polite.
Okay, I can't smile. Okay, excuse me. No,
Smile.
the point I'm trying to say to you is
Don't
this.
laugh at me.
The point is this. The point is this. Yeah. I asked you, do you agree? Yes. With your mother and your daughter being a stripper. We said as Muslims no. You said
It's a job.
you didn't answer my question.
You did answer this.
Why's everyone getting
Over
angry?
18, it's their decision.
I'm just asking you a very short question. Can you just give me an answer? Yes or no? Do you agree with it?
Do I
This is
agree?
a
I
free
don't know what you mean by
democracy. If
agree.
they're over
Do you,
18, that's
don't you know what the
their
English word
Would
agree
I,
means?
would I favour it? What do you mean? No, not
We
in this context.
favourite. Are we in Shakespeare's time?
Yeah,
Listen,
Shakespeare's time.
look, you know what I'm talking about.
We still use favour.
Would
Am
you
I
be happy
speaking?
with
Am
it?
I
Would you be
speaking
happy with it?
French?
Would you be
I'm
fine with it?
asking you. Look, brother, you're Muslim, yeah? Are you Muslim, yeah? Okay. Question to me. Would I agree with my mum being a stripper? No.
No.
Would I agree with my daughter being a stripper?
You're
No.
repressed.
Would my mother?
You're repressed.
No. Okay. So what I'm trying to say to you, brother, would you agree with your daughter being a stripper?
No.
Or your mother?
No.
Would you agree, brother? Okay, so we got ijma, yeah? So what I'm trying to say to you is this.
What's ijma?
Consensus, yeah?
Well,
Consensus,
no, you've got
agreement.
two people agree. That's
Okay, do you want me to get all the Muslims and ask them?
All Muslims, all
just-
people.
Look, okay, I'm asking you a question. Do you agree with your mother being or daughter being a stripper?
I don't know what you mean by agree.
You don't know what?
Come on,
I
man.
answered before.
I understood
asked the
it.
question
Hold
before.
on. Do you know the English word agree?
Why are we going?
You don't.
Why are we going?
Excuse me.
going back over.
See,
what we said
this is
before.
what I'm trying to say.
So let me explain.
You know,
to you.
you know.
Let me explain to you.
Hold on.
Let me explain to you.
Yes.
It's not a one-word answer. It's not a one-word
You
answer.
don't. Do you know what the
It's
word?
not a one-word answer.
The English.
It's not a one-word answer.
You don't know what the English word
It is.
agrees.
Agree is
No,
yes or
it's not a
no.
one-word
We
answer.
answered in one word.
No.
Agree. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Do you agree? No. Do you don't agree with your?
No.
Do you?
Are
You
you
don't
trying
agree?
to?
Do?
Are you trying to catch me out, or are you trying to understand my
No,
view?
I'm
Are you
understand
trying
your
to-
view,
no,
because you haven't
are you
answered,
trying to
you just
catch me
haven't
out, or are
answered.
you trying to understand my view?
Speak.
Are you trying to catch me out, or are you trying to understand my
No,
view?
I'm trying to answer you, but I know you know what the word English word agreed means.
Yeah.
I know you do.
Yeah.
You went school. You went college.
No, it can mean many different things.
No.
Yeah, it can.
Excuse me.
Okay. Do you want to understand my view?
Shall we
I'll be
use
happy
other
to
words to
explain.
replace
Okay,
it?
I will be happy to
let's
explain.
change. Should we
I will be
do you want
happy
me to use another word?
I will be happy to
Interchangeable
Do you want me to use
explain.
another
I'll
word?
be happy to explain.
Go ahead.
Do you want me to explain?
Okay.
Okay. So the things I personally have shame about might be right or wrong for me to have that shame. So if I might not be comfortable with my mother being a porn star, for example, okay, but that might be a problem with me. I might not have a problem. I might have a problem with her being a stripper, but that might be a problem with me. I have the shame, which is wrong. Do you understand that?
Okay. I would believe
So
that.
for example, let me just ask
So
you a
you
question.
asked my
disagree
question.
with
You
you
just asked
disagree
me
with
a
it.
question.
He's only said
you
two.
just
Hussein, you said a lot. Let him
Give me a
speak.
second, give me a
Let him
second.
speak,
If I
Hussein.
agreed with
Let
you.
him
This is
speak.
going to help with this discussion. Okay. Do you have a son?
No.
Okay, so imagine if you had a son, yeah? Would you want him to be a street sweeper?
I'll be. No. If he was
Would
to.
you want him to be
I'd be
a
happy with him to do it because his money's
would you,
halal.
would you want him to be a street sweeper?
Yeah.
You would want
I
him
would
to
have
be
a problem with it. I'd be happy with it because his money's halal.
So would you not prefer him to do a job which would give him a better standard of life and make him happier and be able to support a family?
Whatever makes him happy, as long as it's halal, I want him to chase his dreams.
What if he would be happier with a better paid job?
Okay, if he was a dustbin trader and he wanted to be something else,
Yeah, yeah.
then yes. If he was something else and he wanted to be a
Would
dustbin
you
trader,
want, but you know that people who sweep the streets, and there's nothing wrong with them, but people who sweep the streets earn far less money and
they
probably,
don't. Excuse me.
Sorry.
They don't. They get paid. They don't.
Of course they get paid.
Excuse
Of
me.
course
They get paid well.
100%.
Excuse me. Street sweepers do not get paid poorly, bro.
Street sweepers.
No,
Okay.
society looks down on them.
Perfect.
Society looks down,
Someone
but they
with-
don't get paid
okay,
poorly.
someone-
Trust me.
Someone with a very, very low paid job
Yeah.
who would struggle to support themselves and their family and pay the rent and have a family, all those kind of things that they would want to do. Would you want them to have that role, to have that job?
Okay, can I answer the question? Okay, so I want my son or daughter, I want them to basically.
So
do-
I had to answer with one word, but you
Hold
couldn't
on.
have a sentence.
Hold on, you asked me, I answered with one question.
answered the question.
When you asked me the question,
Right,
when,
carry on.
our road sweeper, yes, I'll be happy with it.
Yeah, right.
I agree, one question,
Yeah, yeah.
answer.
All right,
So
carry
I
on,
answered
carry
it.
on, carry on, carry on.
So I did answer in one question at the beginning.
All right, yeah, go on, go on.
Yeah.
Go on.
Okay, so the point is this: whatever my son wants to do, yes,
Yeah.
I'm happy for him as long as it's allowed.
Sure.
As long as it's permissible,
Right.
I'm happy for him. I don't care. Road sweeper, dentist, whatever. As long as it's not breaking God's rules.
So
I'm
you
happy
wouldn't
with it.
prefer him to have a role which would be happier?
As long as it's halal.
As long
then
as-
it's
No, I'm
objective.
asking.
As
You would
long as-
prefer your child to have a role, to have a job where he would be happier?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
You would want him to have a role in
Where
which he
he'd
would
be happier, yes.
Happier, so
Yeah.
a higher paid job.
Yes.
Right. So you wouldn't want
I
him
didn't
to
say
be
higher paid.
So you
I don't
wouldn't-
know. Whatever makes him happy. Higher pay might not be better. He might get things from charity work.
No. I'm asking you a question, okay? Would you want him to have a job where he would be paid more and therefore be able to support himself and his family and have a nice life? Or
If it makes him happier, yeah.
Can I
that
answer
would
this
make him
question? Can I
happy.
answer the
Yeah.
question?
Yeah.
Look, as a Muslim man, before you get married, you're supposed to be.
Don't
Hold
sound
on.
like
I'm not dancing about it, but I answered your question in one word already. You told me to elaborate.
yeah.
So you told me to talk more.
Yeah.
I answered it in one answer.
Sure.
Yes, I'm happy. You changed
But I
yours
don't think
several
you are,
times.
really.
Listen,
I think you are.
so what I'm trying to say to you, look, I'm saying to you, as a Muslim man anyway, our religion tells us that before you get married, you have to be able to provide for your wife.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Islamically.
Yeah, I understand, yeah.
Okay, so the whole thing is at the end of the day,
Yeah, so you might not even be able to get married.
yeah, until he can provide for his wife, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, Islam taught him that.
But you wouldn't want that for your son.
To get married before.
No, you wouldn't want your son to have a job which is higher paid so he can get
I
married.
want my
and support
son.
his family.
My son, look, our religion, the advice I'm going to give to my son is from the Quran anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell him to look, before you get married, yes, before you get married,
What's the
you have to
relevance
provide.
of this
Yes,
anyway?
but
The relevance is-
Yeah,
Can I
bring
get
it-
to,
bring the
no,
relevance
we're going to get
back
back
in
to it. The point is, I would tell my son, provide for your wife before you get married. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Then the whole thing is, the whole thing is that,
You still haven't answered.
Hold on.
It wasn't, yes.
brother. So what I'm trying to say to you, as long as he can provide.
Questions aren't always yes or no. Questions are open.
Okay, but this question.
you still haven't answered
hold on,
anyway.
But this question is thinking because when you say provide for your wife,
Yeah.
obviously if you're working, it depends what job you got.
Yeah.
It's going to be different incomes, yes. But Yes, as long as he can provide for his wife, I don't care what job he does. But the thing is, difference with you. I agree with what he's doing. I agree with him being a road sweeper, a dentist, whatever, and so forth. I asked you, do you agree with it? Yes. Now I'm saying to you, do you agree with your mum being or daughter being a stripper? Do you agree with it?
I don't know what you mean by it.
I'm going to jump
Do
in.
you-
Hussein, I've
do you
been
believe
really
it's morally
quiet.
right?
Morally right, yeah, absolutely.
Hussein,
Okay, so you believe there's nothing.
I
So
just
you
want
believe
some
there's
clarity.
no. I'm
Say-
speaking. I'm speaking.
I've been quiet for a long
I'm
time.
having a
Hussein, the speaker's
conversation.
cut. You started with me and then you ran to him.
No, I'm having a conversation. No, I had a conversation with you. You did very poorly. I finished with you. I put you in a bin. And then-
There's those manners again, Hussein. There's those manners again.
We ended our conversation.
Hussein.
We ended the conversation.
Was that comment
He was
humble?
being polite to
Was
me.
that comment
He was being
humble?
polite to
Okay,
me.
I've got another question on a different
You
topic.
people are the only ones
I've got
who
another-
love slavery. And
No, I said Jews as well. I said Christians, Jews, Muslims. If you
didn't
took
have
it
a
as
clue
Jews
what you
people,
were
I've
saying.
got another question on a different topic. Can I ask
you did it.
Hold on,
Hussein,
so-
Hussein, I
No,
want
it's a
one
different
question,
question
one
on
clarity.
this
Within Islam, what
Hold on.
constitutes us naked?
Hold on.
Hussein,
Hold on.
simple Islamic
Hold on.
answer. What
Hold on.
constitutes
Hold
us
on,
naked?
hold on,
Can I
hold
ask you a
on.
different
Hold
question on
on.
a
So what I'm trying to say
Discussion.
to you, no, what I'm trying to say to you, look, you said you don't know what the word agreed means.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me use another
Do
word.
I think it's moral? Yes, I do. Yeah, I do.
So it's more like to be a stripper, yeah?
Yeah, of course.
Hussein,
Okay,
answer my question.
so you would promote, because this is what I'm gonna.
Answer
I don't
my
believe you're telling the
question.
truth, and this is what Allah says in the Quran. Allah says in the Quran, "A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Wal as in insana lafi khusr." Yeah.
So what was the bit
Hold
you
on,
said before?
I'm gonna explain.
No, but what did you see? Why did you say it behind your
I
back?
wasn't saying you were shaitan.
No, I know. No, I know.
I was
I'm asking.
thinking before we recite the Quran, he got paranoid.
No, I didn't. No, I'm genuinely interested.
He shaitan. He said, "I heard that word. It's
No,
good. He's
no,
calling.
I'm
No, he's calling me a
genuinely
devil. He's calling me a devil.
No,
No, no,
no,
no,
no, I'm
Oh,
interested.
yeah, you think I scored it in Arabic? I scored it
No,
shaitan.
yeah, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
No, I don't think I wasn't calling you shaitan.
I know you weren't.
It's our
Honestly,
practice as Muslims. We,
Yeah.
we seek refuge from the shaitan before we read the Quran.
Alright, cool.
Okay, cool. I wasn't calling you shaitan.
No, I know you weren't.
We're lying.
I'm genuinely.
I
I'm not
wasn't.
trying to be a dick.
Okay.
I don't do that. Honestly.
This fundamentalist is.
No,
Anyway,
I'm not.
no, but the
That's-
thing is,
that's
so
not
much
me.
as I
That's
do,
other people's.
Allah says in the Quran, verily by time man is in loss, yeah, except those who believe, yes. So what I'm trying to say to you is this: look, okay, I'm gonna prove that you don't believe because you seem like you.
Oh, flatter me now.
No, I'm not gonna flatter you, but
go on, do it.
you seem like an okay guy, yeah.
thanks.
But this is the problem,
man.
yeah.
That means a lot.
But the whole problem, no comment. But what I was gonna say, yeah.
So rude.
You're such a humble guy. You're such a humble guy, Hussein.
So what I'm trying to say, so what I'm trying to say to you is this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna prove that you don't believe what you just said. Yes? Because the thing is that this is why I like being a Muslim is that you can sense
Clarity.
no, we
Never
don't
unsure.
make up our own religion. So you can tell when someone's telling the truth or not. For example, okay, you wouldn't mind if you said it's morally okay for your mother, yeah, to be a stripper, yeah, or your daughter, yeah? Okay, you got a daughter, yeah? She reaches 18, yeah? The legal age, if that's the legal age, yeah? Okay, you're gonna take her to auditions for stripping.
Am I going to take a
Yeah,
to stripping?
yeah.
No, probably not.
Why not?
Because I would feel uncomfortable.
But you said it's morally right. Why are you uncomfortable?
Am I a perfect person? Am I a perfect person?
If it's good.
Do I
No,
do
no.
I not feel shame about things that I shouldn't feel shame about?
No, you said.
No.
Hold on.
No.
You said it's good. It's morally right.
I didn't say it was good. I said it was morally okay.
Morally right is good.
Morally right.
Morally right.
No.
What do you mean?
No. What it means is that it can be neutral.
What are you talking
Not
about?
bad or good.
No, you don't know
Is it
English.
morally right?
Excuse
Is
me.
it morally right to stay on the bench? Is it
Excuse-
morally right to stay on the bench?
What
Is it
talking-
morally
It's
right
not
to stay on
moral
the
to
bench?
sit on a bench or not.
There you go. No, it's moral. It's perfectly fine. You can sit on a bench. It's not morally wrong.
Hold on.
morally right.
Excuse me. You said it's morally right to be a stripper. You said it. No.
Yeah. It's not wrong. Yeah.
He sits on the bench all the time in conversations. Anyway, what I'm trying to say to you is this, yeah?
Thanks.
What I'm trying to say to you is this.
mean fence?
Listen. What I'm trying to say to you. What I'm trying to say to you is this. You said it's morally right to be a stripper.
Yeah, it's okay.
That means it's not bad.
Yeah, it's halal.
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah, not. What's the one where you have
Don't
to
go
do
for
it?
the fat accent like him.
What's
He's
the one we have
he's
to do?
already going out. It's
What's
one
the
at a
one-
time. Yeah.
They're saying I've been here for the last hour
Listen,
waiting to ask a question, and I'm running for the fire exit. You're the one who's running away, mate.
Haram is bad.
Yeah, so-
Halal is good.
Yeah, and what's the one where it's either? It's fine. It's fine.
Iktila. What disliked?
No, the one less than that. Where it's not bad or good. It's just fine.
There's makruh, disliked.
There's no not bad.
Difference
or
of
good
opinions, ikhtilaf.
So is sitting on a bench halal?
No, I swear there was one like it's just neutral, like eating an apple.
No, there's halal. There's
Carry
mustahab.
on.
No, there's mustahab, which is good to do,
yeah.
but it's not wajib. It's
yeah.
not obligatory.
Yeah, fine,
There's
obligatory,
haram that is
Yeah.
bad. Yes, there's halal that's good.
Yeah,
There's makruh which is not. There's no punishment for you, but it's disliked.
So just to explain, it's halal to keep a slave, but
Alright,
haram
carry-
to.
Yeah. Alright, carry on. Well,
Anyway, yeah. So what I'm
is
trying to
allowed.
say to you, so what I'm trying to say to you, yeah.
Why are you so
So what I'm trying to
aggressive
say to
at
you,
me?
look, you believe
Yeah.
that it's morally okay
Yeah.
for your daughter to be a strip. You said it's morally okay. That means it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. I agree. Yeah.
Okay, so why wouldn't you go around, take your daughter around to strip clubs and try and get a
Because
job?
I've been socialised to have shame about things which I shouldn't have.
Okay, so what you should do is be a man, yeah?
Be a man?
According to you, yes?
A man?
Yeah, and get rid of that.
Be a man?
Yeah. I'm saying to you,
Toxic
because you said you've been
masculinity,
praying.
some toxic
You
masculinity.
said, excuse me, you said,
Be a man.
yeah, I'm telling you why. You said that you've been conditioned, yeah?
Yeah.
That it's wrong for your mum to be a stripper,
To feel shame about
your
it. yeah.
daughter to be a
To
stripper.
feel shame about
You
it.
said society taught you that.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you know that? So how do you know that it is actually right? And
How do I know it's
yeah,
right?
yeah.
What do you mean?
Because you're saying society told you it's right, that it's wrong, and it's not.
Yeah.
How do you figure that out?
Do you know, I just have my own opinions. What do you mean?
Okay, so your own opinion told you that your daughter being a stripper is okay.
Allah, would you?
Where did you get that from? Just yourself?
Saying, would you be okay if your daughter was sold into slavery?
Okay. So the whole thing
Is it halal?
Hold on.
Okay, yes,
Hold on.
no,
So
good,
the whole thing is that you were just you're just thinking about it now, and you just thinking about it now, and you said that to yourself. You believe within yourself it's morally right for your daughter, yeah,
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah.
Huh?
I believe that. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, so you would take your daughter around to strip clubs and try and get her, yeah, to be a stripper. Why? Because you've recognised it's a fault now.
Yeah, in myself. Yeah.
So why wouldn't you fight that?
It's very difficult, isn't it?
Wait a minute.
Very difficult.
Excuse me.
Very
Do you think
Very
that?
powerful.
Okay. Do you think that
Yeah,
you've
social
told by
is
okay?
massively
Do you think you've been
powerful. Do you
taught?
not think
Do you think you've been taught by society that black people are inferior to white people?
I haven't.
What are you talking about?
Society more broadly might say that, but I haven't.
I
taken
don't think
that on
society
myself.
says that.
Okay. You haven't been told by society, yes?
No,
Huh?
no. I've never been told by society that blacks are
Society says
inferior to
that,
whites.
But,
Okay.
But I've been able to resist that.
You've been able to resist that.
Yeah.
You've been able to resist that, yes?
Yeah, I don't think black people are inferior.
Black people
Okay,
aren't
so I want to ask you a
inferior.
question. You said you came to a conclusion that society, yeah, told you, yeah, that your daughter being a stripper, yeah, is it told you that it's wrong, yes?
It taught me to feel shame about it.
Where? Who is society? I haven't seen one. Huh?
It doesn't? You don't
Where?
think
No,
society-
I see it
Anything it
promoting it. I
promotes
see
it,
it
yeah.
promoting it. What are you talking about?
It promotes it in one sense, but it also teaches you on a personal level to feel shame about it in
Where?
your family.
Where? Show me your sources. Where?
What do you mean?
Where?
Well, so many people here would say the same thing.
Where? You said society taught you.
Oh, where does it come from? I
But
don't
they've
know.
been
I don't know. I don't know where it
Okay,
comes from.
cool.
But it
So,
definitely does,
okay,
doesn't
so
it?
you
It definitely
realize,
does.
so you believe that it's okay for your daughter to be a stripper, yes?
It's okay, yeah.
Okay, so shouldn't you now you've
think the
realised?
converting
So
is
now you
different,
so now you realise it's a fault. Shouldn't you fight that?
No, why?
Okay, society told me that
Oh, I should fight the shame. Yeah, of course.
you should fight the mistake, yes?
The shame. What are you talking about? Which
Look, you said society told you your daughter being a stripper is wrong, yes?
yeah, sure.
You don't believe that. You
It's
believe.
taught you it's taught you to feel shame about it.
Okay, you believe it's right within yourself. That's what you
Yeah,
said.
yeah,
Okay, so you should fight them wrong feelings and take her to be a stripper.
You should fight, but you might not.
Okay, but
succeed,
now
of
you've
course. Very
decided as an adult, yes?
Socialization is very, very powerful.
What I'm trying to say to you, now you've decided as an adult that it's okay for your daughter to be a stripper, which I don't agree as a Muslim, yes? Yeah? You should be taking her, if she wants to be a stripper, you should be taking her to strip clubs. Are you going to do that?
No, I'm not.
Why not?
I feel shame.
But you know it's a mistake.
Yeah.
Okay, so if someone's racist, this is how I know you're lying. Okay, so if society has
You don't
told...
know I'm lying.
I do know you're lying.
No,
I'll tell you why.
you don't lie.
I'll tell you why.
You know what a lie
I'll
is?
prove it. Yes, I know what lies.
It's an intentional decision.
Yes, I'm saying
I'm
you're...
intentionally trying to
Yes,
deceive
I'll
you.
tell you why.
Why
I'll tell you
don't
why. If society is telling someone that black people are inferior, yeah, to white people, yeah, and they realise that, should they change it?
Yeah, of course they should.
Should they go out and tell them?
But they might not be able to.
Excuse
They
me,
should, yeah,
but
of
they
course.
should.
Yeah,
Okay, you believe your daughter being a stripper is okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Should you fight it?
I
And,
should be comfortable with it, but I'm not. Yeah.
but you should fight it. Yes.
Yeah, you
Say.
can fight it, yeah, of course.
Excuse me. Yes. Okay, but you should fight it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, just like someone should fight racism.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not exactly.
So
You know,
ideally,
racism is more important.
you're every day you're gonna try and build yourself up to help her fulfill her goals. Yes.
Not that hard, no.
Why not?
Because I don't have a daughter, and
we're talking hypothetical,
how important is it to her?
we're talking hypothetical.
Hypothetically, if it was really,
There's
really
more important
So
causes.
what?
You're right. Okay, absolutely. Yeah. So if it was really, really important to her, she really, really wanted to be a
Yeah.
stripper, I would have to try really hard to be okay with that.
Okay, see the thing is, in his heart, he knows, yes, that his daughter being a stripper is morally wrong.
Hussein, you're not Allah. You don't know what's in his heart.
But you know what? For the-
You're not Allah.
But you know what?
You're not Allah. You're just Jason.
Okay, watch this.
Not everyone is like you.
Okay,
Honestly,
okay.
You're arrogant.
No, do you know why? Do you know why?
You're arrogant.
No, because you want.
This is
See,
pure,
because you're.
pure
You know why?
arrogance. Do you think everyone thinks like you and has to act
No,
like you?
you know
That's
why?
not the case.
You know why?
I'm sorry.
You
you're
know
wrong.
why? You know why? Because
Awful.
when you
Awful
don't.
opinion.
That's what I'm saying. As Allah says in the Quran, "Wal us in insan ala fikus."
Why didn't you have to say the thing?
Hold on. Illa ladhina amanu. I'll tell you why, because I always said it at the beginning when I first did it. Okay, so what I'm trying to say to you, verily, by time, mankind is in loss, except those who believe. Because the reality of the situation, yeah, is that because, sorry to say this, because you're a non-believer, yes, what it is that you have to,
What's the Arabic for that?
because you're a non-believer, you have to make an argument that sounds good, yes, but it goes against what you believe in your heart. I tell you why. If your daughter,
I'm telling you what I believe.
Okay.
It is absolutely
we all know
Tell me
within
more.
ourselves, we
Tell me
all know
more.
within ourselves
Tell
as
me more.
human beings that your daughter being a stripper is shameful and immoral.
And
Okay.
if you don't know, Jason's going to tell you.
You believe it.
Okay, would you?
People don't think like you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not.
Okay.
You're not representing
No
everybody,
problem.
my friend. You must know
Alhamdulillah.
that. But you must
Yes,
know that. You
yes,
must know that.
yeah.
You're proud
Jason-
of that. You're different from other people.
You know why?
You have a different sense of morality. So don't tell the whole rest of the world that deep down we all agree with you, because we don't.
You know why?
Because we don't.
Yeah, no, but I'm finishing it. You know what? If I was to ask him, because this what disbelief looks for you. Look for you. If your daughter, but don't worry, this is what
They don't
happens.
respect women. There you have it. The kuffar doesn't respect women.
Look, they can't deal with one.
him.
Oh, him,
Look,
okay.
this
He
is,
doesn't respect women.
look at
He
this.
respects his women.
Okay, look
My
at this.
women.
Get the
That is
conversation's
the
finished.
disrespect. My women.
As in your mother, your sister.
My women.
It's not your mum. It's
can
not
you-
your
They're not
mum.
mine.
It's
Watch
not your
this.
mum. It's not your mum.
Look how.
My women. I mean,
Look,
honestly,
So who's your mum then?
Can a woman
Who's
leave?
your mum?
my women.
Your
My
mum,
women.
your sister.
Okay,
Is that
excuse
not
me.
your sister?
Okay, watch
Your
this.
women.
Watch
You said
this.
your women. You say your
What?
mum. You said your women.
What's
Okay.
this,
Referring
Jason?
to your mother and your
Can a
sister.
woman?
Okay.
Can a woman leave the house on her own back?
I'll watch this.
Can she leave
Okay.
the house
Okay,
without
watch
a male
this.
guardian?
Okay,
Can a
watch this.
woman
Okay,
leave
watch
the
this.
home without a male?
Okay, watch this. Watch this.
Watch this. Watch what he's going to destroy. Watch this man. He's going to destroy him with 5 words. Fire.
me.
He's going to run for the
Okay.
fire exit.
So what I'm trying to say to you,
Don't talk about this,
look,
you know that, right?
the reason why this is because this is what I say. When you don't believe,
I know he won't answer
Would
my
you say
question.
you're agnostic?
He refuses to engage with me.
or atheist or agnostic, because this is what happens when you're atheist or agnostic and you don't have guidance. Brother, please.
This is what happens.
See, this is what happens.
Would you?
So I got a real question. Fire question.
No. I'm just asking you separately. Would you
Hold on,
allow?
hold on.
Would you want your?
Hold on.
Let's get to the end.
I'll answer that as soon as he
Hold on.
talks to me. I'll answer.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
It-
So the
it's
whole
a
point is this, yeah?
conversation. But yeah, we can talk after.
Hold on. So the whole point is this. The whole. So
I think you're
the.
on his level.
Hold on. So the whole thing
quite.
is
Between
is
the
that
two.
when you're agnostic or atheist, yes, and you get your morals from society, yes, that's the thing. You follow the crowd, yes. So hold on. Did you speak?
Nonsense.
Can I finish, please? So the whole thing is what I'm trying to say to you is at the end of the day, I know that in your heart you know that it's wrong, but you're not going to agree with me. But I will say this to you. Okay, if your daughter, watch this, because we're going to see how we're going to see how atheism or agnosticism or freedom, how ugly it really is. If your daughter wanted to be a prostitute, yes, or porn star, yes, would you support her?
Would I support her?
Yes.
Have we just been through this?
No, we haven't. It's a
Well,
different
we
question.
literally
Porn
have. You
star.
just
No, it's the
went
same one.
through.
He's
a porn star.
Yes.
Would I support? No.
Why wouldn't you support her? Why would you support her?
Because I feel shame about my daughter.
Is it wrong?
Legality.
To feel shame?
Yeah.
Of course it is.
So it's wrong to be a porn star, but it's okay to be a
No,
stripper.
it's wrong to
We've
feel
literally had this conversation for the last hour.
Exact same.
Hussein,
Let me-
question.
hold on.
Question.
I-
I've stayed
hold on,
quiet. I've
hold
stayed
on.
quiet. Hussein, you just
Hold
keep
on.
asking the same question again and again and
I'm
again
asking you-
and not
so you're saying
understanding
that
his answer.
It's not wrong for your daughter to your daughter.
Do you not
to be-
understand his
hold on,
answer?
It's not wrong for your daughter to be a porn star.
Morally.
Is it morally wrong for your daughter to be a porn star? So it's not.
We've just had this
so it's
conversation
not-
for
so
the
it's
last
not
hour.
haram, It's not. It's not morally wrong to sleep with different people for money.
It's a choice.
Hussein, you've asked this question again and again and again and again.
Basically, what is this that? So basically,
is this news to
you're
you?
not
Is
just.
it news to
No,
you?
no, no.
Is it news to you?
Okay.
Is it news to you that liberal people in the West believe what I believe?
No.
Are
No,
you surprised?
what I'm trying to say to you. So
You're not
basically,
surprised.
so what basically you're saying that as long as you get money at the end of something, yeah. As long as there's money at the end of it, yeah. It's morally okay.
No, that's not what he
No,
said.
but you said it was okay because you were getting paid.
Excuse me.
There's nothing to do with
You
Hold
don't
on, hold
understand
on.
what he's saying, Hussein. That's the
Hold on,
problem.
hold on.
And that's why you ask him the
Hold
same
on.
question again and
Hold on.
again and
Hold
again
on.
and
If she wants to
again.
sleep with people for money as a profession, you said it's morally okay.
It's not morally wrong.
So it's morally good.
He's answered this already. He said
That's
there's...
what you confused yourself. Hold
I
on.
don't think. It's not morally wrong.
Exactly, you don't.
Yeah, it's-
That means you believe it's morally right. Yes, that's what
it's morally okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you
It's
believe.
not- it's not a positive
exactly.
good. It's not a positive
exactly.
good, but it's morally okay, yeah.
Exactly, and that's what I'm trying to say to you.
Yeah.
As an atheist agnostic, if your daughter, was to sleep with 10 people a day for money, it's okay.
As
You
a
know why?
Muslim, will you answer my question
because
instead of
morals
running
don't
away,
exist.
Hussein? You started with me, you ran
A lot of
away.
dangers involved in that
Hussein,
kind of thing.
Hold on.
A lot of dangers.
Hussein.
Huh?
A lot of dangers.
No,
Hussein.
but you
It's
very,
believe,
very
you
dangerous thing
believe,
to
that's
do.
what I'm trying to say. So
But
basically,
that
So right and
action
wrong,
is-
Hussein,
that
Hussein,
action in
instead of
itself-
running away from my
Loads
question,
of things are morally
so right
Hussein,
and wrong,
Loads of
Hussein,
things
thank
morally-
you.
Loads of things are morally
So
wrong.
thank you.
And things which I think
No.
are morally wrong, you think are
Hold on,
okay.
hold on, no.
Things
So
which I think
let's
are
go
morally
there.
wrong, morally
Let's
wrong.
go there.
Hold on.
Mark,
Yeah.
Mark, are you okay
Hold on.
with your daughter or your mother or your wife leaving the home without a male guardian's permission?
Yes, okay. So
Hussein,
there are things-
Hussein, over to
Hold
you.
on, hold on.
Are you
Hold
morally
on, hold on, I'm
okay?
talking to you.
Ah, there we go,
Hold on,
there
hold
we
on,
go.
hold on,
When
hold
the
on.
moral questions come to you, you
Hold
run
on.
for the
You
fire
know, I'm
exit.
not running for anything. You can't talk to me about any.
So answer.
You're a Jewish woman, yes?
Answer the question.
Excuse me.
Answer the question.
Excuse
Instead
me.
of asking another question, answer the question.
Hold-
Don't run away.
I know, sir.
Answer the
No,
question.
he can't.
Answer the question.
Hold on.
Answer the question.
So what I'm trying-
Answer the
hold on.
question.
So the whole thing is.
There we go.
No,
There's the question.
No, I
There's
already
the
asked- I already
answer.
asked your question about slavery. You can't get me on nothing.
There's the
Your
answer.
question- your
There's the answer. There's your objective morality. A woman need a male's guardian's permission to leave the home.
He doesn't even believe in his
Yeah,
own book.
that's true. That's true.
He doesn't even
He'll
believe it.
change the subject, but he will not answer the
Hold on,
question
you don't-
because this is a moral conversation, and when it comes to morality and his back's against the wall, he deflects.
Okay, whatever. So what I'm trying to say to you is this. So what I'm
I
trying,
rest
so what
my
I'm trying to
case.
say to you is, basically, you believe that if someone wants to do something for money, it's okay. Even your own daughter. If she wants to sleep with 10 men, yes, you did. You
I
said,
said one specific thing that you asked me about.
go ahead. You had.
Not anything.
Yeah, if she
not
was,
anything.
if she wants to be a porn star and sleep with men for money, you're okay with
So
it.
no harm principle,
Yes, you
saying
did.
you don't
Yes,
understand
you did
it.
say
You
that.
don't
You
understand
said
the
it's
no
not
harm
morally wrong.
principle.
Yes.
You did say that.
I said it's both not morally wrong and also
Exactly.
I personally wouldn't be okay
Not
with it
morally-
because I have an inbuilt socialized shame about my daughter engaging in sex.
But you said,
But that's an issue with me. That's not an issue with.
but you said it's not morally wrong. That means it's morally right. That means it's good. That means it's halal. You believe it's okay.
No, it's okay, but doesn't mean
It's okay
positive
means
good.
it's good. There's no problem with it.
There's no problem with it.
Is it
Exactly. So you've got
okay?
no problem with your daughter sleeping with 10 men.
Do you think
yeah,
Hussein,
for money.
Do you understand the
Exactly.
difference between
That's
something
the-
being?
that's the
do you
difference-
understand
that's the difference
do you
between me and
understand-
you.
Do you understand that there's a difference between something being neutral and being good?
No, you said it's not
Sorry, I'll
morally.
answer your question.
Look, you're playing with words.
No, I'm
You
not.
said it's not morally wrong for your
I'm
mother.
very
At least he's answering your
Hold on,
questions.
I'm not going to repeat myself.
Exactly. You
You
said it's
go, we
not morally.
understand each
We
other.
all
We
understand.
understand
We all
each other.
understand
Perfect.
English.
Very
You
good.
said it's not morally wrong.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
done.
For your
We're
daughter to be a
done.
porn star.
Good.
That
We
means
all
you.
understand each other.
That means you believe
We
it's
understand
morally
each
right
Gentlemen,
for it to be
We
a porn star.
understand
Done.
each other. We understand
So,
each other.
so yeah, cool. So the whole thing is. So the whole thing is that
We're done.
look, we're done. But the whole thing is that what I would say to you, yeah,
We're not done.
is that.
We shook hands.
But I think deep in your heart, yeah.
Don't tell me what I think.
No, but
Be humble.
I'm allowed to say my own views. I believe deep in your heart you do believe it's wrong. But because you follow philosophy of freedom and stuff, you can't say it's wrong. And that's what will happen to you. Disbelief will leave you down that.
Don't think
So answer my question, Hussein, instead of running for the fire exit.
Can I ask you
Answer my question.
unrelated question?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So
Oh yeah.
your belief is not belief. I'm assuming they're the same thing. Violence is sometimes right, sometimes wrong. Okay? So it's wrong to just indiscriminately walk up and shoot somebody. That's always wrong. Murder, terrible. But it would be right if someone's trying to attack you and then you punch them to defend yourself. Okay. Where is the line?
What do you mean, where's the line?
Where's the line? At what point does violence become justified?
But you don't believe all this stuff about terrorism and stuff, do you? Is from Islam, do you? I'm sure you know that.
Not talking about that, Hussein. Hussein, what are you on, mate?
No, what I'm trying to say to you, no, that's what I'm saying.
Don't assume my point.
I'm assuming good of you.
Yeah, okay, fine.
I'm saying to you, I'm sure you don't think that the vast majority of Muslims that you pass, that 1 out of 5 people are Muslims, are like, I'm sure you, I don't know whether you know.
Drop your money, yeah?
I'll say thank you. What I'm trying to say to you is that, like, where the line is very line. For example, as a Muslim, I'm allowed to defend myself.
Yeah.
Simple, but I'm not allowed to go out and hurt innocent people.
Sure.
Yeah.
So it's self-defense.
It's self-defense. Just like this law, if you're in your house and someone comes and breaks in, you're allowed to use repel the
So if you are personally or someone close to you, your family, whatever, someone next to you, or someone down the street, whatever, they're being physically attacked, then you should physically defend yourself and them.
Yeah, in general, yeah.
But in general or specifically?
No, it's just like if I'm in a situation I see someone getting attacked, even if I don't know them,
Yeah.
like an old woman getting mugged, I'm allowed
You
to
can
use force.
physically. Okay. So what about Charlie Hebdo?
No, look, at the end of the day, look.
No.
Yeah. So, for example, we're not in an Islamic state, yes? We're not in a
I'm
Muslim
talking about
country.
here and now.
In a
In
non-Muslim
Britain.
country,
In Britain.
we have to abide by the laws, even sometimes when it goes against our beliefs. For example, we believe that insurance is haram.
Sure.
We don't deal with insurance.
We have to do it with a car.
But we have to do it. Buy a car because the harm outweighs the good.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is, no one likes their prophet being insulted himself. So
But it's not a reason
To kill someone.
no. But the whole thing is this, look, okay,
What about-
legally someone,
I've got one more.
yeah, but the whole thing is this, look, so I'm walking down the street with my mother. People have different things that are dear to them. If you're walking down the street, and I would say this even with our prophet in the cartoons, someone might draw the prophet like a terrorism or draw him like a terrorist or something, yeah? A Muslim is naturally going to be upset by that.
You could be absolutely seething.
Okay,
And you might even lash out
yeah.
physically. But if you did that, would it be wrong?
It depends. Okay,
That's not what you said a second ago.
it depends. If I want to go to, look, I have a family, yeah? Say I have a family. And I link out with someone, insulting my prophet obviously is a sin for me, yeah? Okay, if I do it to the person, yeah? Like the prophet said, the strongest man is the one that, not the one that can wrestle the one to the ground, but it's the one that can be patient when he's being wronged. So I got, like, I'm upset someone's insulted my prophet. They shouldn't have done it. Like, I'm with my mum, I'm walking with my mum on the street, someone puts my mum aside.
Yeah.
Maybe the best thing to do is be patient.
Yeah.
But a person may hit them.
Yeah. But would that be wrong?
What, if they insulted your mother?
No, if you hit them for insulting your mother.
Okay, so for instance, in an Islamic country, the law's supposed to deal with it.
Right here. You, now.
I don't believe. I believe if someone insulted your mum outside the park, me, I wouldn't do it because I've got responsibilities.
No. Is it
I don't
right or
believe
wrong?
it's morally wrong.
You don't believe it's wrong.
I don't believe it's morally wrong if someone
So what
insults
you
your
said
mother.
before, about violence only being justified when you are personally physically threatened or someone around you is physically threatened, that wasn't true. You
it's
also
true.
believe violence is justified
No,
when someone insults your mother.
Look, I don't believe that a person, if someone comes up to your mum,
And I'm the one with messed up.
oh God, no, because I don't believe it's wrong to have jealousy over your mother.
No, I don't either. Well, I do actually personally.
What? No.
You said, but you don't think it's wrong to physically assault someone.
Okay, I'm asking you a question. Someone comes and spits your mum face in front of you, yeah? You may, and you got people that are, you're gonna weigh it up.
I might punch them back, but that would be wrong.
Why would it be wrong?
Because violence is wrong except in self-defense.
Okay, but insulting your mother is wrong as well.
Yes. But it
Spitting in
doesn't
your
just-
mother's face is wrong
yes,
as well.
but it doesn't justify violence.
That's assault, by the
Okay,
way,
wait a
spitting
minute.
in
Police
assault.
come and arrest him and physically drag him off spitting in your mother's face. Is that wrong?
Yes, that's assault.
No. If
Spitting
if you spit in
It's
someone's
assault.
face, that's assault, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Sure.
Okay, so they spit in your mother's face, the person
But
hits
the
them back.
violence would have to be proportionate. But let's
No,
ignore
but-
the spitting, for example, for a minute, because that's kind of a little bit of a grey area. We're just talking about words.
I'm saying to
They
you.
walk up to your
I'm-
mother and call her
I'm-
a fucking bitch and a fucking whore, and you punch
Okay,
them.
I'm saying to you.
Which would be understandable for you to do. She got upset, you punched her. Would that be right or would it be wrong?
Me personally, if someone does that.
Anybody.
Okay, me personally.
Anybody.
Okay, what I'm trying to say to you, me myself, I wouldn't do it. Why? Lots of different reasons.
I'm not asking that question.
He's asking you
Would
whether
it be
it's
right or
morally
wrong?
right or wrong.
Oh, hi, Zen, stop. Okay.
Would it be right or wrong? You're really struggling.
No, yeah, it doesn't.
I-
You know why?
I don't think
I'm not struggling.
I don't think Islam's struggling.
No, hold on. I'm not struggling. Do you know why? Because it's a multi-faceted thing. Because I have to answer my questions. What are the effects of my actions?
No.
Yeah, what are the effects of my actions? If it's gonna lead to other Muslims getting
It
harassed,
doesn't lead to anything.
That can lead to stuff.
No, but
it doesn't in this situation.
It exists
No.
entirely in a vacuum. No one's going to see it. No one's ever going to know. Entirely in a vacuum. Is it right or wrong? And what does Islam say about it?
If people insult you, generally you should turn out other shit.
But
So you're saying the same thing. You're saying the same thing. I think you agree on
you
this one.
believe differently.
No.
You believe it's justified to hit them.
No,
No, I think he's saying it's not justified to hit them. I think he's saying emotionally he'd want to, but he
No,
thinks
he's
it's
not.
wrong too.
No, he's
Look,
not.
look,
No, he's
look,
not.
look,
He's saying.
look.
I asked him. Even though it's emotionally wrong to hit them, you do it anyway. You made a mistake. Is that wrong? And you're saying it's not.
I'm saying that if someone hits your mother, you're a mother.
Not
No hits, not hits,
Insults.
insults.
What insult? What's insult?
No, insult.
So no, calls her a name. Calls her a really
bitch.
nasty name.
Yeah,
Yeah, calls your mother a bitch. That's
Allah
what-
Wallam.
Sorry?
Allah Wallam.
I don't know what that means.
I'd have to
I
research
don't
it.
speak Arabic.
I
You
don't.
have to research
No,
it. You don't know in your heart what's right and wrong.
Yeah, if someone to call my mother a slag,
Yeah,
I'd have to research it. Yeah.
you'd have to research it.
But will
And,
you,
and sorry, we just had a whole conversation. You questioning my morals and my morality, and you would have to research whether it's right to punch someone for saying something about your mother.
Calling my mother a slag. My mother's there to me.
Yeah, my mother's did to me, but I don't
Well, I know-
I don't solve problems with violence.
But what do you mean?
Violence is only justified in self-defense.
Okay, mate.
That's what our society's morals teach us, and that's also, by the way, what Judaism
Okay, let me
teaches.
tell you a
And
question.
I'm pretty
Let me
sure
ask you a
it's what
question. If there's a
Islam teaches as well.
policeman there and they call your mother a slag, would you call the policeman on them?
Would I call the policeman?
yeah.
Like, would someone call?
He would. Would you? If someone called your mother a slag in front of a policeman, would you call the policeman? You wouldn't. If you spat at your policeman,
It's not illegal. Why would I call the policeman?
it's not illegal to call someone's mother a slag.
Of course not.
Is it
It's
wrong?
not.
Is it wrong?
Is it wrong? Yeah.
Depends.
Should
if
it be
she fe-
illegal?
So just
Oh, so wrong thing shouldn't be illegal.
Hussein, the law is if she feels intimidated,
You think
threatened.
every wrong thing should be? I mean.
Oh, so
maybe
you don't think
believe
wrong
it.
things should be illegal?
Not all wrong things.
So you believe you should have the freedom legally to go around calling everyone's mother?
Yeah, that
and
is
think-
legal. That is legal.
Okay, in Islam it's not legal for
I
you
know
to go
it's
around
not.
insulting
I know it's
because it's slander.
Yeah, I understand that.
Okay, so what I'm just saying to you, someone spat in your mother's face, yes? Spat in your
No,
mother's
we're
face.
not about to talk about
No, but we're
We're
talking
talking
about...
That's assault.
Okay,
It's
no
the harm
problem.
principle.
Okay, so what I'm trying to say to you, someone's... so
Verbally
basically,
insulting.
someone spat in your mother's
No,
face.
it's verbally insulting.
No, I'm saying
It's a
spit
totally
now.
different scenario.
Yeah, I'm asking you now.
Spitting is assault.
But I'm asking you.
Totally different.
I'm asking you something.
Would,
So-
would I hit someone and say
Okay,
spat on my mother's
so
face?
if someone, I don't believe you believe that, because if someone was just following your mother around, yes,
You got issues
I
with this.
guarantee,
You've
so,
got issues with
if
this.
someone was following your mother all
No, you
around,
just trust what I say is what I believe.
no, I tell you
so
why.
rude, honestly.
I tell you why.
It's so
If
arrogant.
someone was following your mother around all
You're a
around,
nice guy, but you're seriously arrogant.
if someone was following your mother around all around the place and calling her slack 24/7, you'd call police.
If they were following her and stalking her, yeah, that's illegal.
No, but it's words.
It's harassment.
But it's words.
No, it's intimidation.
What's harassment? What's harassment?
Harassment
I
is
call
an
his
ongoing
mum-
pattern of offensive behaviour.
Oh, so how many times did I have to call them? So at some stage after, so how many times could he call you her slack with the voice
This is a
harassment?
different question.
No, it's not. It's
Of course
words.
it is. We're talking about what I would no.
It's the same question.
No. We're talking about what I would call the police for or not. That's a totally different discussion. I asked you a question. You answered it very, very honestly, and well done for that. I find your answer to be absolutely disgraceful.
No problem.
And also, I just want to ask you another
No,
question.
you said
I'll ask you another
you said that if someone called your mother slack, you wouldn't do anything. Yes?
No, I said I wouldn't physically attack
You wouldn't physically attack them.
Yeah.
Okay, if they kept on calling your mother a slack,
Yeah.
would you call the police?
yeah, if I thought it was justified, yeah.
Okay, so the police are gonna physically, yes?
Assault.
No, they're gonna take you down to the police station because you made a complaint. Physically, yes?
That's not assault. Sorry, do you think arresting someone is assault?
Do
you
you?
think that's the same thing?
Oh, so now you believe in getting physical with people if they say certain words.
Sorry, depriving someone of their freedom, and arresting them, taking them to the police
Yeah.
station is not assault and it's not violence.
No, but it's physical action, isn't it?
It's physical act, it's not violence, though.
It's an action.
It's a physical.
violence.
Excuse me.
We're talking
Excuse
about
me.
violence. We're talking about violence. If I shake your hand, if I shake your hand,
can get you into trouble and there can be
if
repercussions.
someone's attacking me and I hold them back,
We're talking
yeah,
about
that's
the
not
lines
assault.
of freedom
No,
of
no,
speech. That's
no,
why
No, we're not talking about
You're
freedom
wrong.
of speech in this
Excuse
society.
me.
We're talking
No,
about,
you're
when
wrong.
violence is justified.
No,
Violence is
violence is
justified.
justified.
You're using
violence.
violence, but there is an action.
We're
There
talking
can
about-
be an
we're not
action.
talking
So the
about
police
action.
might get
We're
involved
not
and arrest
talking about
you.
Exactly.
Another person
We're
might react
talking
differently and
about-
take it into his own hands, but that's on that subjective person's experience
we're talking about
of how they're
violence.
going to react
No.
to you in that moment.
I say,
They are
do you have the courage to
justified
answer my
and they could
question
react.
yet? I want an answer on my
Okay,
question.
so this is
say-
what you said.
I'm talking about violence.
Look,
Yes, but there
My
is an
question
It's a double
is,
standard.
It's an action.
does he think it's immoral
Yes, it is.
for a woman to leave
It's a
the
double.
home
It's a double
without
standard.
a male guardian's
It's a-
consent?
It's a double standard. It's a double standard. I'll tell you why. Okay, so the whole thing is this. The whole thing is this. You're saying that if someone
I know,
insults your
that's why I'm
mother,
asking him the question.
that you wouldn't do anything.
Where were you raised here?
But yes, you.
Mate, if you're going to see
You said you wouldn't do anything.
I said I would
Thank you.
violently
Seen them online.
attack them.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
That's not
What's your
nothing.
name?
David.
David, nice to meet you, David.
If someone calls your mum,
You know what the word nothing?
hold on, yes, I do know what it means. So what would you do then?
I would tell them to stop, I'd shout back at them, I'd walk away, I would do a whole range of different
You can use the same argument
So
for
you'll be
slavery,
confrontational.
prostitution. If a woman's happy being a
So
prostitute,
you're going to be
already okay.
exactly.
and we're
But if a woman wants to be a prostitute, it's already okay.
It's the same way. If she doesn't want to take her,
The same. You ran away from my question for hours.
Yes, but he really
Jason.
does think it's actually separate. I would say subjectively,
Yeah, I'm
react
asking you.
differently.
I'm asking his
Jason, you can answer my question. Are you afraid?
And he doesn't
I'll answer the question about slavery.
You
Why
didn't.
would it be slave?
No. This isn't
Why
about
would it be?
slavery.
I asked
It's to do with
I
a
asked
woman
about
leaving the
slavery. Why
home.
would it be afraid?
You are afraid because you're not answering
No,
it.
I'm not answering
You
because
are,
your point.
listen,
your
he's
question's
afraid.
okay.
He's afraid to answer the question.
Yeah, I'm afraid.
When it comes to objective morality,
Yeah, I'm not.
you've got no ground. You're on
Okay,
shaky
cool,
ground.
cool.
Answer the question, Hussein. Answer the question, Hussein. Hussein, stop sweating, stop getting nervous, stop rubbing your hands together and answer the question.
Why would I be afraid of him?
So answer the question. Answer the question. You demanded he answered your questions. Answer mine. I've waited here patiently. I've waited here patiently, Hussein. Hussein, street to Dean. Street to Dean. Can we have from Dean? Dean to the park.
Look at this troll, internet troll. Look at troll in the
Answer.
dictionary.
Answer my question.
So what I'm trying to say to you is
Jason, answer my question.
I don't care about your
Answer my question.
I don't care
Is
about
it- Look at him run. There's
So look, you're saying
Look
that
at him run.
you're saying that if someone insulted your you're saying that if someone answered your insulted your mum in front of you,
Yeah.
you said you'd be confrontational with them.
I might do many different things.
Yeah, so you'll be confrontational with them.
Yeah.
I said
And you would be.
I said to you, the prophet said the strongest man, yeah, is not the person who when he's angry, he's not the one who can wrestle the other one to the ground. He's the one who keeps patient, yes?
Yeah.
When he's been wronged, yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's advice to us not to act when we're angry and this, that, and the other, and so forth. Okay, so what I'm trying to say to you, Allahu Alam, I'm being honest with you. If someone insults your mother, it's like Islamic is if it's haram to hit them back.
It's haram.
I'm saying Allahu Alam, Allah knows best. If someone insults your mother, it's forbidden for you to hit them back.
It is.
To hit them.
You think it's forbidden?
No, I'm saying God knows best. I don't know.
You don't know if it's forbidden.
I don't know. I don't speak without knowledge. Yes? But what I'm trying to say to you, you said,
Probably good thing to find out.
but you said this, but you said this.
But you personally think it's fine.
No, I think the best thing to do in the situation is is to ignore it.
You personally said you think it's moral to do it.
No, I never said to you. I said to you, the advice from the Prophet, if someone angers you in general, is not to...
Let me ask the question again, because I'm a bit confused by
Yes.
this. Let me ask the question again. Someone calls your mother a bitch, is it justified for you to violently assault her?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The general advice, I'm answering your question.
Yeah.
The general advice of the Prophet is that when you're angry, yes, that the strongest person is not to wrestle the person to the ground, yes?
Yeah.
Yes?
You said you didn't know before.
Hold on, I'm trying to explain to you. For example, yeah? That's the general advice. I'm talking about objectively if it's wrong, I've got to find out. Yeah?
I'm tired.
I'm
I
saying
thought
to
you
you,
said it is wrong. You have to turn the other cheek. The strongest person is not the one who does this.
okay, if someone's trying to murder me, yes, I can either say someone's trying to murder me, yeah, I can either walk away from the person. That would most maybe the best thing, or I can beat the person up badly, yes, or I can maybe kill the person. The general from the advice will be to walk away. I have to look
So you're
now.
not sure. So you're not
to
sure.
look
You
at
need to
it.
research it, right? Well,
And
while
then
you
Islam-
research it,
yeah.
next week you'll give me the answer.
And in Islam, it's better to say
Give me
I
the
don't
answer.
know but I don't know to say I do know.
will you
But
actually-
I know for definite, it's haram for my daughter to be a stripper or a porn star. Yeah? There's no grey area. There's no grey area. Do you understand what I'm saying? I like you. I like you.
Are you
I like you.
Are you going to research it and give me the answer next week?
I don't know if I can find it by next week because it's going to be a detailed thing.
Is it that difficult?
I want to hear what the different ulama
But it must
scholars
be
say.
quite clear cut.
Oh, I'll try and find out.
I'm sure it's a question for you
I'll
asked many
try-
times in the past.
I'll try and find out. No, not that kind of question, but I'll find out. I'll find out for
When
you.
Vance is
I'll try
justified,
and find out for you, yeah? Do you want me to try and find out if
try.
your daughter being a porn star should be...
Hussein, can you find something out for me, Hussein?
Anyway, no, you can't.
Don't touch me, Hussein. Don't get all
I
aggy.
tried to
Don't
hit
get all
him.
aggy.
Oh, look,
Don't get all
I was trying to
aggy.
say I hit him now.
Don't get all aggy.
I hit him now. I hit him
Your view
now.
of violence is very different from
But
mine.
anyway,
Hussein,
anyway,
why are you so afraid to answer my
Okay, I'm
question?
not- no, it's not
The
that.
entire internet can watch you run away
don't care.
time and time and time again for
I'm
my
not afraid of
question.
it.
Is it immoral? Is
No,
it immoral
no.
for a woman to leave the home without a male guardian's consent?
He asked me a
Stop
question.
running
Listen,
away. Who are you,
listen,
Hussein Bolt
excuse
or
me.
Hussein Thomas?
Why am I afraid of you? You asked me about slavery. I answered your question.
I'm going to call
Hold
you
on.
Hussein Bolt from now
Hold on.
on. You run. You so fast, boy.
You're saying Bolt.
He asked me about slavery, yes?
That's good.
I answered the question. Did I run for the fight? I said no.
But you're running from
But
this question.
No, I'm not.
You spent
Excuse
9
me.
hours asking him the same question.
No,
I asked
hold
you
on.
one question,
Hold on.
and you bolt like a horse.
He asked me about slavery. I answered it. I didn't run. I answered him.
Answer this question.
I answered it in one
Is
question.
it morally
do you know why?
okay
Do you know
for
why?
a woman to
No,
leave
hold
the
on,
home
hold
without
on,
her
hold on.
male
You know
guardian's
why?
consent?
You know why? Because when I asked everything about slavery, I answered it in one answer.
And I brought you
Hold on.
Sahih Bukhari.
Hold on. Sahih Bukhari. What the hell?
Sahih
I don't know what
Bukhari,
you're talking
okay.
about. It sounds like something from a kebab shop or something.
Because I'm not
Listen,
Muslim and he attacks my pronunciation, but not my arguments.
Listen, so what I'm trying to say to you, he asked me about slavery. I answered in one answer. Then they asked me to elaborate. I answered. I'm not that. No matter how many questions I bring and no matter how many answers I give him,
He'll keep running.
He's going to try and bring another one which he thinks has got me.
No, it's to do with
You
the
need-
conversation.
you need to
You're
find out-
saying he's immoral
You know what you
because
need to
he
do?
said he didn't
You know
have
what
an issue
you wouldn't-
with his sister
you know what you
or
need
his
to
mother
do?
being a stripper.
You know what you-
I asked you a moral question about your mother or sister, and you ran like Hussein.
What you need to do is find out why Jacob lost why God lost the wrestling match to Jacob when Jacob got done WWE or WWF, and Jacob got God in a headlock.
Suplex.
And God said to Jacob, let me go. You need to
That's
sort out.
not what Judaism says, bro. But
Stop lying. I know your book. So anyway,
Really?
so what I'm trying to
You
say
know
to
it
you.
so well.
So the point I'm trying to say to you, look, you said that
you run
if someone
by.
insults your mother, calls her slag, you said you'd be confrontational with them, but you wouldn't hit them. Yes?
Correct.
Okay. I said if they keep on doing it, if they keep on saying it, yeah, what would you do? You said you call the police.
No.
Yes, you did.
I said if that results in, for example, harassment,
Yes.
and that's something which the police would act on, then I would call the police.
Okay, so if he keeps on calling your mother slag, at some stage you're going to call the police.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, so you believe in people and the police are going to physically take him to a cell.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't go along, they're going to twist him up and so forth.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say to you,
Of course.
so what I'm trying to say to you basically,
You think that's the same thing?
So what I'm trying to say to you is that we both believe, yes, that our mothers, yes, should be, we both believe that our mothers should be, hold on. We both believe that our mothers should be respected and that if someone continues doing that this is not good and that they should be restrained. That's what you believe. Yes, you do. You said you call police
Only
for
if it
them.
results in harassment.
Yes, if someone keeps on calling your mother slag, you'll
But
call
it wouldn't
police.
be
No,
because
to
it wouldn't
her,
be
not
it,
him.
because it wouldn't be the fact that they're calling her a slag, which is what I'm calling the police. It would be the fact that they're following her around, like constantly calling her.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
No, wait. You're saying if someone kept on calling your mother slag, you wouldn't call the police because of that.
No, not
Is
the
it
fact
to
they're
him
calling
or to her
her
that he's
slag.
calling?
So, for example, if they were following her around, calling her something else, or just shouting randomly, I would similarly call the police. It's not the fact they're calling her a bitch or a slag.
The point anyway. So,
So someone calls my mother a bitch or a slag, there is nothing that
Okay, it could-
aside from telling them that they're very rude, very horrible person, they should stop.
okay, no problem.
Because if someone says something to me, I say something back to them. I don't escalate it to violence.
No
you
problem.
You do. You think that's fine.
Hold on.
And that's a problem.
Please, excuse me. My prophet's insulted every week in this park. You know what I'm saying? I'm called, I'm called Paki, I'm called nigger, I've called many things in this thing. I've been coming to this park for over 10 years. I haven't had a fight with no one. So that's
I
not true.
vouch for that. He's non-violence here.
I most probably stopped most of the fights here.
Even though
And
you
know
won't
why?
answer my questions, he's defended me.
Because my prophet said, like I said to you, the spirit of the Islam is that the prophet said the strongest person, is not the person who can wrestle someone to the ground.
okay.
He's the one
We said that.
who keeps his temper when he's angry.
Oh, we
So
beat
what I'm
this.
trying to say to you, we don't just say it, we live it. So, cool.
Well, no. What do you mean? You do.
I do.
Don't say we.
Well, we try to follow it. You know, we try to follow it.
I've seen.
Excuse me. I'm saying to you, there's many Muslims in London. Yes.
Yeah.
And if you ask anyone who actually knows Muslims and lives with Muslims and stuff, we're not violent.
We all know Muslims. We live in London.
Anyway,
Just one thing, brother.
Hussein, do I get a handshake? Do I get a handshake, Hussein?
Help me out here.
There we go.
Is Abu Bakr Siddiq mentioned in the Quran?
not by name, but the companions are.
The companions?
Yeah.
Does it mention in the Quran that Abu Bakr Siddiq to be the next leader of the Ummah?
No, it's in
Hadith,
the
innit?
Hadith, yeah.
Okay, but not in the Quran?
No, that's
okay,
right.
I just made a mistake. I just told you.
No problem.
Shia
Shia brother, yeah?
Huh?
A Shia.
For me?
No, the brother you're speaking to was
No,
a Shia.
I don't know what he is, but I'm not going to judge him at that point.
Okay.
I'm joking. But he's got to the same mosque as this brother, mashallah. And he's got knowledge, mashallah.
I'm nobody.
No, he's got a little bit of knowledge and share that to you in a bit.
I'm nobody.
Mashallah.
Where's Leon?
Content over everything from your melanin. Man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to IT.
Feel bad enough, but even though you feel bad, it can still be good. Just like a snake. A snake can give you a poison, but you took it the wrong way. Poison is good, but it depends on how you use it. Everything what I was making is good, even though it's bad if you use it in the wrong way.
Protein, everything has everything
Right?
has a purpose.
But maybe
you don't
good
know the
for
purpose
him,
of it,
maybe bad for me.
He's already known.